I know it's late, but I had some things I had to do. Man, I had to bust some blocks. It been hot today, man. It been hot today. Y'all come on in, man. Hit the like button for me. Got a little story to tell y'all. Give y'all a couple minutes, man. Start coming on in before we get started. How y'all day been, though? Man, if you ain't subscribed, go subscribe, man. If you ain't sharing nothing, go find a video to share. One of your favorite videos, something, put it on your Facebook page or something, man. If you find something that you feel like was, you know what I'm saying, educational for you, let me know what time it was, man. I'll probably gonna make a short out of it so other people can just, you know what I'm saying, the people who ain't gonna watch the video can still get a little something out of it. But y'all gonna hit that like button for me, man. We're gonna get started in about 1 minute. I'm sorry for it being so late. I know a lot of my people probably already. I don't know what y'all be doing after y'all get through listening to me. This by the time I usually be. Let me quit lying. I've been wrapped up about an hour ago. We're gonna go anyway. Get about 30 more seconds. My legs still hurting a little bit, but we ain't gonna worry about that. This story here gonna take place like in my teenage years. So we ain't been to this part yet. I'm gonna just take y'all here because this is one of the stories I want to tell y'all. Last time we was talking, I was like, man, I'm gonna hold off on that. I'm gonna tell that story by itself. This is one of them stories. I go hit the like button for me. We're gonna get started. Yeah, so in this story, I'm gonna say I'm probably around 15 years old. I'm gonna say I'm about 15. I was still having. Basically I'm gonna say it like this. Once again, we didn't stay in the project. We stayed right next door to the projects. So, and this ain't got nothing to do with the project other than just telling you, like, look, this is who I used to hang with at this time. The niggas from the project was from the hood, East Coast. There was a trailer park right there. The niggas from the trailer park was East Coast Crip. That's basically what it was. My family members that stayed around the time was all East Coast Crip. I was East Coast Crip at this time. Like I told you, we back into my teenage years, so but this time I'm gang banging and all that. But it was this little white dude, man, we used to go to school with. And I had a white homeboy. So basically I'm kidding with white boys on this story. I had a white homeboy stayed around where I stayed at. He was a little bit older, a lot bigger, but he was cool. His name Jonathan Ball. We call him Ball. So me and Ball were like this. We had another white boy we was kicking with named Richard. Him and them were like this though. Sometimes they get on the white boy shit and I be on the crip shit. We get back to cripping and all this shit. They be doing what the white boys do. But all the crips knew the nigga, you know, the white boys, they live right there with us. So they kicked it with us sometimes to a certain extent. Sometimes I kicked it with them to a certain extent. Now, at this particular time, it's like the end of the school year. And it's a white dude in my class. The Ball kind of cool with him and Richard. And we be sliding over dude house sometimes. They got the pool. They stay in the rich folks neighborhood, so they got the pool, trampoline and shit. You know what I'm saying? It's all gravy. Weight room, pool table and shit. So we be up in this bitch surround sound. Nigga, we watching big boy movies in the movie theater room. They family had their bread. So we just always be over here kicking. It's like, I ain't gonna say always, but it's like that last little 2 weeks before school, then every day, we over there kicking it. Boom, school let out. And shit going off like that first week. So once again, we over here every day. We smash over there. To us, it ain't no long way away because we can really just cross the highway. We can run across the highway and be right in his neighborhood, hit a couple blocks, and we be at his crib. It might take us like 20 minutes, if that, to get to his house, walk. So we go over there and we just be chilling in that bitch. What's up, cuz? So we just be chilling in that bitch. Look, I ain't gonna lie. One day we in this motherfucker, man. Dude had us watching a porn movie, bro, like on the movie screen. And I'm gonna tell you what tripped me out. This is how I remember. I will never forget this movie. If you ever seen the movie, what's up, Bobby? Have you ever seen like the what's the movie? American Pie. Stifler mom, oh girl, his mama. She was in this porn movie. She was a real porn star. She was in this movie. They was out fucking in the front yard. Her. She was getting smashed. So anyway, that's the type of shit we used to do. We was in junior high, like 8th grade. So one day when we over there, dude get to telling us, he like, look, so we were like, man, we need to I'll just kick it over here tonight. He was like, nah, man, my mom and pops they don't let nobody stay tonight no more. Like, shit, why not? They was like, man, one of my partners said the dude name was Shane. I never knew the dude named Shane, another white boy, one of the rich kids. He was like, man, I had a sleepover. And my homeboy Shane went in my mom and dad room and hit him for the petty cash. And I was like, the what? I ain't never heard of no petty cash. Like, nigga, cash ain't petty where I'm from. So he explained the whole thing to us. He broke it down. He was like, yeah, man, my daddy a doctor. We not a real doctor, but they make pills. He was like, my daddy type of dude, he a pharmaceutical type doctor, they make pills. Like, he that type of pharmacist. I'm like, what the fuck? So he's like, yeah, bro, either way it go, my daddy get paid on salary. So he only get paid once a year. So at the beginning of the year, every year, they give him petty cash, like $50,000 just to go throughout the year. Like, we need to order pizza or something. Instead of him going to the bank or fucking with his money, he just go to the petty cash and get it out of there. If I need some money or something, he'll give it to me out of that. I'm like, $50,000 cash in the house? It is petty. This just for whenever you need money, you got 50 bam, get some of that. He like, yeah, man. He said, but shit, this my mom and dad in their money, man. It's they in their room. He was like, but I let my homeboy spend the night while we was all asleep. Dude snuck off in their room and got the money. So then the next day, when my daddy went to look for the money, he was to buy some pizza. All the money was gone, and he was like, he knew it was somebody, one of the kids that had spent the night. What's up with it? He was like, he knew it was one of the kids that had spent the night. So they traced everybody back. And the boy Shane parents had told him, yeah, he was doing some weird shit, coming up with some money. They didn't know where he got it from. So they got the rest of the money back from dude. And he was banned from the house. They couldn't be friends no more and all the other shit. So I'm like, damn, for real? We really wasn't thinking too much about it because I'm like, shit, dude, mom and daddy always here when we here. We always with dude. We ain't never been to dude, mom and daddy room. Wouldn't even know where to start looking. You know what I'm saying? So we really ain't even worried about that shit. We just kicking it. Dude, mom and dad used to be straight with us. We be in there big bumping Coolio and playing motherfucking pool, jumping in the pool, hitting on trampoline, fucking with the dog, lifting weights and shit, man. Dude, dad and them were cool. They buy us food and shit. It's just, hey, at a certain time, I don't know who you're gonna go with. Get the hell up out of here. So it's all good. It's all good. Oh boy, though. Oh boy, found himself in a situation where he had to end up going to summer school. And we really wasn't even thinking about the shit, you know what I'm saying? So me and Ball, boy, we at the crib bored. Smoke a blunt or two, you know what I'm saying? I guess bursting him or something waiting outside, so we wouldn't have anything to do. We like, man, let's go and hit the highway, man, and go over here and kick with the white boys. Damn, man. So I tried to send a message out and then let y'all know through the message, look, I'm going live right now. That way you either gonna get the message or you gonna get the notification and I'm going live. But next time I try to get y'all a little bit more, but I was at the house, man. You know, my first time getting at the house in surgery. I was in that Audi thing smashing. So look, we decided we gonna go on over there. Normal thing, you know, we've been going over there every day since school been out. We was going down there every day right before school got out. So we get to shoot in that direction. We get over there, everything normal. We knocking on the door. And nobody coming to the door. We like, damn. The fuck? We knocking on the door, boom, 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 boom. Damn. The fuck? Ain't nobody coming to the door. Fuck it. Man, the neighbors used to seeing us over here every day. We've been over here every day for like the last month now. So we gonna shoot to the backyard and just jump on the trampoline. You know what I'm saying? We shoot to the backyard, shut the fence, hop on the trampoline, take our shoes off, we flip around a bit, flipping, doing game of the car, we double flip. You know, we doing all that good shit. We having fun. I'm saying we been back here kicking it, bro. Look, it ain't got a little hot. We back here with the dog, so we just slipped shirt off, jumped in the pool for a bit, laid back in the pool, shit, and cooled down. Jump back on the trampoline. We back on the trampoline. We kicking it. Big boy kicking it. Finally, I'm like, hey, ball. Ball like, what's up? All right, bro. Then you leave that fence open, then we jumping. You like, oh, I ain't leave the fence open. Man, if you ain't leave the fence open, where the dog go? I don't remember what the dog name was. We called the dog by I heard, boy. Come on, boy. The dog pop his head out the back door. Like, what's up? Oh, y'all still outside? Bro, it's hot, man. I'm in the house. Back in the house. We looking at the dog like, oh, you see that? Nigga, they left the door open. The sliding glass black door. Sliding glass black door open. And it ain't a black thing. We had a white boy with me. And we both rubbing our hands like Birdman. Petty cash stash, nigga, let go. I'm young and paranoid, so when we dip up in the house, we done been in this house so many times before, and I ain't never even thought to look for cameras or none of that shit. Cause we always been on the up and up. Now I'm in this bitch and we creeping. And I'm like, damn, nigga, they probably got cameras in here watching our ass. Nigga, god damn. Let's all touch nothing like this shit off. At the same time, I'm thinking, nigga, my fingerprints on something, I be here every day. It's nothing. It's earrings. I grab some earrings. Ball already. He already mama dad in the room. Bingo! I said, huh? He got it. I said, huh? He said, I got it. I ran in the room, bro. It's a Ziploc bag, bigger than this, like a freezer bag, and it's just stacked. The money just, when I tell you, it's money just stacked up in that thing, you know, like just stack. And I'm talking about, bro, it's hundreds, and this is when all the money was green money back then. It's hundreds, 20s, 50s, fives, everything. Ain't no ones. It's all it was with no ones. And we like, damn. I'm thinking, I'm finna grab just a whole big ass grab of money. You know what I'm saying? And Bob like, no, nigga, no, we can't do that. Like, man, he grabbed a little thin little slip. A little slip. He like, shit. I grabbed me a little thin slip, grabbed me a little bit more. I pulled out mine about that thick. Like, shit. He like, man, if we get it all, they gonna know a motherfucker and got the money, bro. They gonna come looking for us. And I'm thinking to myself, but I wasn't thinking shit at this time. I'm young and paranoid. So I'm like, let's dip. So we dipped. Man, I ended up having like $2,800. I think he had like 22. Man, all that damn money we left, and I was so mad. This girl I like was around the corner. So we went around her crib, we counted the money at her house. And I'm gonna be real. I said, girl I liked her. She wasn't liking me back. I just popped up over there. They was outside. And we ended up counting their money over there. So then we telling her and her homegirl, who was like Rhythm Brother, homegirl, like her adopted sister. Her mama used to do like foster care and shit. But it was like her adopted sister. We telling them both, like, yeah, we could shoot up to the skating rink tonight, man. Y'all need to follow to the skating rink. My little mama came to the skating rink. She had about like 5, 6, 7, 12 brothers and sisters with her. You told her like a foster house. We were there splurging buying everybody drinks and nachos and shit. I'm gonna tell you the worst part about this story, bro. I sat in prison about 7 years. I'm telling you, 7 years thinking. I know where a house is, about 50 bands in it. And when I get out of the penitentiary, I know where I'm going to get my little starter kit at. Man, I used to tell myself this shit. I wouldn't tell nobody else that, but I used to tell myself this shit in like the last 6, maybe 4 or 5 months, I was in the joint. I told myself, nigga, you'll be a goddamn fool. Cause I used to laugh at niggas. I used to sit in the joint. I used to laugh at niggas plotting their next trip to the penitentiary. And I done told y'all this shit before. That the niggas sit in the penitentiary, you can listen to them plotting their next trip back. Yeah, man, I used to do this. Nigga, my brother-in-law say he got this. Then he gonna hook a nigga up as soon as I hit the street. Nigga, my girl doing this here. Nigga, they got the PP. I be like, that nigga coming back. You don't tell them they coming back. Nigga try to kill you for that. You didn't even tell them I knew you was coming back when they come back. I just look at them like, I've been told other motherfuckers, oh, that nigga was coming back. I told you. I knew that nigga was coming back. Sometimes the motherfucker just don't. I don't want to blame the nigga. I was about to say sometimes niggas just don't have a support system. And sometimes that be the situation. But sometimes motherfuckers just be dumb as hell. Sometimes you just can't blame motherfucker, they dumb. They gonna do some dumb ass shit. They gonna bring their ass back to the joint. It ain't really shit you can do for them. Just like you got people that's in the penitentiary that they gonna look at it like, I'd rather be in here with a roof over my head, with heat and air, free TV, free food. And I'm like, bro, nigga, I'll never be that lazy. I'll never be that lazy. I hope I never be that down and out. That I look at this shit here as a blessing. Cause nigga, this ain't no blessing, bro. This far from a blessing. You ain't had enough blessing in your life to know this ain't no blessing if you don't know that. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to turn this into a things you should know about prison episode, but shit, it might end up being one of them. There's always some shit a nigga need to know about prison. But now, in that situation, man, it really hurt my feelings too. But I'm glad that I ain't double back and go hit them motherfuckers again like I really wanted to. But I was thinking, I was like, bro, I can come home with that whole stash and I just walk in the house and get my mama about a bam, bam. I just gave Step Pop about a bam, bam. And told her, hey, they go to rent for the month, leave me alone. I'm gonna tell you what it was too. It used to be a royal blue and white 6'4" Impala. And this what really had me so mad about that car. I used to want that car. I had no driver's license or none of that shit. And the bitch had switches on it. Cause she'd be sitting up at the grocery store with the for sale sign on it, cocked up on goddamn E3. With the for sale sign, cocked up like that. I'd be like, man, that bitch clean. They ordered $2,800 for that bitch. It had the spokes and the white walls and everything on it already. I was like, hell yeah. When I hit that lick, I had that 2,800 before I could even think about that cop. We went to the motherfucking skating rink. I blew about 300. Came back, I had like 25. I was like, man, I can't even get the car. That's what made me here think I was going to go back and hit that lick again. But my nuts wasn't big enough to go hit that bitch by myself. And I ain't want to tell Burst them. I don't know if I told them niggas or not. I ain't want to tell Burst them. I know I told Lil Cool and them. That was my brother. So I knew I was going to tell Cool and them, but shit. I wasn't just going to go back through there with no anybody. You know what I'm saying? What y'all got going, man? How y'all doing? Let me read what he got to say right quick. Nigga. So this is what he say. Did you ride the Devin the Dude? I kicked it with him in New Boston in 2004. In Texarkana, Arkansas side. Club called Chocolate City. He was in our, I guess as he was in our bubble. What's up, King? Yeah, nigga, yes, sir. Hell yeah. Like when Devin the Dude, I ain't gonna say when he first came out, because it wasn't when he first came out. Alright. But when the album The Dude first came out, shout out to Newberry, South Carolina. When The Dude came out, my dude, right, that was a classic. I know a lot of people say shit be classic. I'm gonna give you my definition of a classic because I'm not just gonna say a classic album is an album where you can put that motherfucking in from the beginning and play everything. Intros. I don't give a damn. This motherfucker got interludes, the interludes popping. They make sense. They go with the motherfucking album. The most dangerous album to ever do that and be a classic was Good Kid, Mad City. Cause that nigga had so many interludes in them damn songs. And they was all fucking classics, bro. You saw your name, what? And you from where? Oh. You gonna tell her where your daddy stay, or where your mama stay, or where your grandma stay. Man, I don't care who we over here with. Matter of fact, get out the car, homie, before we snatch you out that motherfucker. Man, that was the shit right there. Man, don't nobody care about them dominoes. Man, that album right there was the shit. That motherfucking that Devin the Dude, that was the shit, bro. With the sticky green and goddamn me, yeah, all of that. Yeah. And I would tell you the killer part about it. See, back then I was young. So usually when I was riding with the older niggas. But we stayed and somebody caught it was bumping it. Y'all might not know this, but I'm a motherfucking music guru. Like real live music guru. I look at niggas and music the way other people don't look at niggas and music. Like I could break some shit down to you and how you looking like, huh? I didn't never, I'm gonna tell you. I didn't really get in tune with the whole trap or die because incarceration. You know what I'm saying? When them niggas got to doing what they were doing, I was hearing shit and I was listening, but I was also in a deeper, you know what I'm saying? I was in a deeper state of real shit in the street than most people was at the time. So, like, especially like on the aspect of Jesus, I never looked at Jesus as a real nigga ever. Just ever. If it would have been at any time, it would have been Trap or Die era. But it's just like people be blinded by the music. Man, I don't know if I'm ready to go there with y'all yet. You know what I'm saying? It's just this. Okay, put it like that. If you go look on my page when I'm explaining myself and it say all the stuff that I do, and it tells you I'm doing all this for one real reason is just to get my voice big enough that when I start speaking this real shit, I got people listening. And that's why I say I don't think I'm just ready to start speaking that real shit because, hey, first of all, they probably try to kill my ass. And I ain't even being funny. Like when you start speaking that real shit, boy, they knock your ass off. But I heard a dude say today, he was like, man, look, the problem is the kids today and niggas today ain't gonna listen to nobody unless they got this. If you ain't got no Rolex on, big rings and chains, and you ain't riding in a Bentley, if you ain't a millionaire, if you don't live in a big house, then they not really tripping on what you're saying. If you ain't killing people, if you ain't doing this type of shit, they don't want to hear nothing you got to say. But they don't realize that, like, bro, the people that you should listen to in life don't really care about this type of shit. You know what I'm saying? That sound right there, that don't impress them. This shit right here, it don't do it. The car you like to look at, they don't need that shit. But they got a whole lot of shit up here that you should listen to. And they can't get your attention. You see what I'm saying? If Martin Luther King was here right now, you wouldn't listen to him because the nigga chain don't look like this. He got a cross on his shit. You know what I'm saying? And he doing this and he preaching nonviolence, so motherfucker ain't gonna want to hear that. You see what I'm saying? Motherfucker ain't want to listen to Malcolm X till they seen him with the AK. You know what I'm saying? Until they seen that, they ain't really want to listen to that. When you try to tell them that by any means necessary didn't have nothing to do with that picture, it don't register. You see what I'm saying? It's like, bro, You grow up all your life. And I can tell you, half of you niggas know that I have a dream speech by heart. You done had to do it in church. You done had to perform it at school. You done read it so many times. Man, look at here. You done read the shit so much to the point where you don't realize Martin Luther King denounced that whole damn dream. Martin Luther King came back and called that whole dream a nightmare. And then them folks killed his ass a little bit after that. But it's on camera. I'm just saying, it's him, it's his face, it's his voice saying this shit. This way before some AI came around. This is how that man was really feeling. I told people a long time ago, I said, man, look, this is the bad thing about it. And this before I knew he had gave that speech. When I was a kid and they was asking me, I said, man, I don't get why people like Martin Luther King so much. I don't like it. And they were like, why not? And you can ask my mama and they'll tell you, I'm always been rebellious. I always had my own mind. I think for myself. I would speak up about this shit. And I told him, I said, man, look, before he had his dreams, you not realize black people had their own schools. We had our own hospitals, own libraries, own grocery stores, own neighborhood. We don't got none of that shit no more. And if you do, then it's something to be excited about. Like he'd never been here before. No, it was all here before. We gave it up. We gave up the black schools and were like, well, they got better books at their schools. But what you didn't realize was you can get over there in the building where them teachers at and where them better books at. Don't mean them teachers gonna let your child touch one of them better books. They might magically look. I'm from Little Rock, Arkansas, the home of the Little Rock Nine. I'm trying to tell you what's real. Don't mean them teachers gonna let your kids touch them books just because they got off in their classroom. Sorry, Johnny, we ran out. I know you're in the ninth grade, but take this eighth grade book. It's just as good. It ain't like you can read no way. You can't read, can you? You know what I'm saying? Just be real. So I'm gonna show you what you didn't realize. Kids spend about 8 hours a day at school learning. They young, their mind is a sponge, so this is what they learning. If they not being taught, don't mean they not learning. That just means it's a lot of time for some bullshit to come in. They being hated, then they either learning defense or they learning hate. Or they learning both. You see what I'm saying? But you ain't here learning out the books because you ain't even got the book. You didn't get the book. The teacher, even today, the teacher don't give a damn if you make it or don't make it. It's like it's not up to you. They don't give a damn. Look at the statistics. You can see plain as day, teachers don't give a damn whether kids graduate or not. They don't give a damn whether you come to school or not. When you get to school, they don't give a damn if you pay attention or not. Wasn't like that when I went to school. Teacher throw something at your ass. Teacher smack your ass. Teacher put you out the classroom. You going to the office. You going to sack. You going home. You finna get in some type of discipline for not doing whatever you're supposed to do, no matter how small it was. Wasn't no, well, as long as he in class and ain't bothering me. Ain't bothering who? I dare you bother me. Matter of fact, come put your chair right here next to mine. I dare you bother me. Do something. Oh, that's what I thought. Y'all remember that? I remember that shit. I was a kid up there. Now look at me. Y'all went through all the prison shit with a good kid now. Shit. Eat my vegetables and all that. Man, I'm just saying. It's a whole lot of shit the kids is not getting. And it ain't even just that. Let me give you some more. Because we was on the Martin Luther King Dream and the Nightmare. And I believe I talked about this the other day. I don't know. I probably did. I talked about it many times. So I don't know if it was on air or not. Right. Now, I'm going to tell you like this. Back to the teacher. Shout out to one of my great aunts, man, a woman named Naomi Berry from Athens, Arkansas. School teacher. She never taught me, but she taught my mama now. Now, Naomi Berry was my mama and them teacher from like first grade down near to high school. When them kids came to school, let me tell you what they got. They got a teacher that knew them. Every last one of them knew them. Knew their mamas. She wasn't going. You're gonna learn your read, your writing, your arithmetic, and some manners in here. You're gonna learn some morals. You're gonna learn some respect because I care about you. You see what I'm saying? She cared about every child in that classroom. She knew she was gonna be seeing them on the weekends in 10 years from now and see their kids 20 years from now. I'm not gonna let you slide because I got to see you 20 years from now. If you robbing motherfuckers, nigga, it's gonna be me you robbing. In the little bit of country town, you broke around her and strung out on the rope, it's gonna be me. So why would I give up on you now knowing that I'm gonna suffer for it later on? Not just you. The teachers wasn't giving up on the kids, they were making sure they were respectable, they had manners, they came to school do what they do. If not, like you say, smack that ass, beat that ass, pull that belt out, pull that paddle out, call your mama come there whoop your ass at school. Man, I'm gonna tell you, these folks made that against the law for a reason. You see what I'm saying? You can't whoop that child for a reason because they want your child to grow up undisciplined, unsavory. You know what I'm saying? They want that child to be bad, don't know how to interact, bad social skills, quick to throw a fit, quick to throw a tantrum, to be in victim mode at all the time. Because he's been a victim here since he was a child. They know how to do this shit. It's just like you saying, you need to go to a therapist. Guess what? Get what most black people are gonna say, or most poor people anyway. We don't do therapy. First of all, we can't afford the shit. Second of all, we don't trust them. But you know who do therapists? People who kids ain't getting their ass beat at home. They know off the bat, I'm not gonna whoop my child, but I'm gonna have to put him in therapy. This motherfucker gonna have to be on some medication. This motherfucker gonna have a doctor. Gonna have to get some shit regulated. You know what I'm saying? I'm being for real. Right. People gotta realize it ain't even like they want you locked up. They just want you to have that number. Once you get that number, go. That's why they'll come with, look, especially if you're a first time felon, they'll come with the biggest plea deal. Boy, they hit you with the most charges, the most bogus ass charges, and then turn around and hit you with a deal so sweet that you're gonna jump on it. You can take this 40 years of life, or you can go 2 weeks in a day, and as soon as you get your ADC number or your TDC number or your GDC number or whatever number, you gonna come right back home. Yeah, but that number don't go nowhere. It's coming home with your ass. Now that you've been tagged, and they can tell you, okay, well now we don't want you to vote, or we don't want you to live over here in this neighborhood, or we don't want you to have this type of job. So we can regulate where you live, we can regulate how you live, we can regulate how you work, how much money you make. If you want to make more money, then you're gonna put you and your family in jeopardy. We're gonna put you right back in their place. Because we got a place for you. Remember, we sent you there for a week. That's how it goes. It said I knew nothing about early U.S. history until I made it to college. It's a total different history than what they teach in school. Just like Christopher Columbus never stepped foot here. Man, this is the thing about it. Whether he did or whether he didn't discover this motherfucker. You see what I'm saying? My thing is this here. I believe in Pangea. The reason I believe in Pangea is because before I ever heard of a Pangea, before I ever knew what a Pangea was, I was looking at a map and I was using common sense and I was saying, damn, South America look like if you move it over here, Africa will fit right there with it. And then I was like, damn, North America look like it'll just clamp down on top of that shit. Then I was looking at, and I called my teacher over. I'll never forget this shit. I was in 5th grade. My teacher's name was Mr. Robinson, the white dude. And I called him, Mr. Robinson. I'm like, look at this. And he was like, yeah, you know, they also have a theory in this hypothesis. It's a place called Pangea, and it was like one big man mass and land mass. And I was like, huh? He was like, you didn't know that already? I was like, nah, I was just looking at the shape of everything. And he was like, you just look and you put that together yourself? I'm like, yeah. Now, I'm going to tell you one of the things that actually fucked my head up when I tell you how they play games with us. And I'm gonna get back to the rest of the shit about Martin Luther King. I've been on that good tonight, so my mind on point. I ain't forget. I'm gonna get back to that. Talking this shit, I just forgot what I was about to say right here. Let me think for a second. If not, I'm gonna get back to the Martin Luther King shit. I forget. Damn, I just read that when he said, and I said one foot here, and it's like it came to the tip of my damn tongue. Uh, I don't know, but let's get back to the Martin Luther King shit. Okay, so I know I was talking about this on one of the videos when I was talking about the same thing with the grocery store about us having black grocery stores, and I was talking about how, cause in the neighborhood, my hood where I'm from, Metal Park, North Little Rock, it's an IGA. It's closed now, but ever since I was a baby, the IGA been there, been owned by the same white dude, and it just happened to be a white dude. His name Mr. Bill, rest in peace, he died. Well, and this how messed up it is. When Mr. Bill died, his family let some Arabians get the store. They stayed up 1 month, shut them down. The hood got to rob them every day. They got robbed every day until they shut the door. And I know it's sad to say, but it's like, bro, you know, somebody out this neighborhood gonna have to own this store. Can't nobody else from the outside come in and make a dollar out here like that. It ain't gonna work. Africans are rich sitting across the ocean trade when Native Americans and Mexicans just said they got corn here. You know what? And I'm gonna get back to the Martin Luther King shit. But you're right. And I tell people, I'm like, message, history lesson. Something burned in my head. The definition of the word America before I think the year 1892. I think 1892. The definition of the word American was the copper colored races found in America by the Europeans when they got here. Today, the definition of American stands for descendants of Europeans that came to America because they said the word American had always need to reflect patriotism. And saying that it was the copper colored people that was here before this place was even called America just wasn't very patriotic. And the reason why they said the copper colored races is because it was three different races of brown people. There were black people who was in Florida. Those people were Geechee people. It was black. You know what I'm saying? If you look around South Carolina, the heritage, the culture, North Carolina, Florida, it's Georgia. This thing's a little bit different with them black people. So then when you come over to places like where I'm from, you get to the middle of the country, Arkansas, that is an Indian name. Oklahoma, that's Indian. When you get inside of Arkansas, you got places like Wichita. These places are Indian names. Louisiana, you know what I'm saying? Indian names. Texas, that's Mexican name, but you got to realize that's the third race, the Mexicans, when you get to the West Coast. Then you start coming up with Indian places like New Mexico or California, San Nis or El Dis, like El Paso and San Jose, Los Angeles. These are Mexican names. How can you sit back and just say they not? You don't want to learn Spanish, but you live on a Spanish street. You live on a Spanish town on a Spanish Boulevard, Avenue, whatever it is. Just be real. It go 1, 2, 3 like Napoleon ice cream. You got brown, red, black. The country do just like that. And then them other folks came over here and they was practicing what they wanted to say was religious freedom. And I hate to do this to people, man. But I'm like, the y'all not really, you gotta realize them folks sent the Christians over here because they looked at the Christians as evil. They were like, no, y'all can't practice that shit over here. No, sir. And when they got over here with us, they slaves that they went back and got. Because when they got over the first time, they came on some murder shit. What's up with it, Till? The first time, you know, they came on their murder shit. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. The Europeans was escaping religious persecution when the Protestant religion of others they came here and they killed Indians with blankets containing smallpox that they traded with them. That's important too because it's the same thing that I always tell y'all when I say, man, like look at shit like this the type of shit that's gonna y'all don't get me killed, goddamn it. Telling y'all the real ass shit. When you look at shit like the coronavirus that came here in the year 2020, people always say like, man, there wasn't no man made, bro, that was man made. They man made the shit in Wuhan, China, in the lab. They got a movie about the shit that came out 3, 4 years before the virus hit, and it's all about coronavirus and how it was made in Wuhan, China, and how some type of way it escaped the lab, and then it was killing a bunch of people. And then at the end of the movie, they found out that it was not killing people because it was an accident. That it was actually being used as a biochemical weapon. But we're not gonna talk about that because that movie was out way before you ever heard about coronavirus. So this is what we're gonna talk about now. Um, I was just tripping because I was telling people that, and I started noticing. I was like, okay, so you got coronavirus in 2020, and then you had smallpox. I think that was 1920, or was that 1820? You just gotta correct me if I'm wrong. We had smallpox, we had coronavirus, we had the bubonic plague, and we had something else. But it was 1720, so we can look it all up. Hold on, let me damn, turn this phone up so we start doing investigating shit. Uh, so it was 1720, 1820, 1920, 2020. Now, y'all can look this up for yourself. If you think I'm lying, and this gonna show you how serious this shit is, how they playing with you. Look them up, and they gonna say that it's false. That there's not a pandemic that hits every 100 years, and the reason they gonna say it's false is because they gonna say one of them was an epidemic, not a pandemic. So you say one of them was a failed attempt. It didn't kill enough people to be considered a pandemic. Come on now. If that's the only reason that the statement is false, that's some scary shit. Don't tell me no shit like that, because that's what I told my mama. And I'm like, Mom, I'm not taking no virus. Why would I? I mean, I'm not taking no vaccine. And she was like, you need to take the vaccine. I'm older. And I'm like, Mama, do you realize you sound like a Trump supporter? You repeating word for word the shit that I just heard on the commercial that went out 10 minutes ago. Word for word. So then my auntie and them, they get the call. They're like, why you don't take the vaccine? So guess what they get to repeating? Word for word, the shit they hearing on TV. And I'm like, I get to ask them the questions, the important questions. Like, what's the long-term effects of this vaccine? Oh, they don't know because it ain't been no long-term study. Okay. What's the reason the woman that did die died? Because they're saying it wasn't from the vaccine. It just happened within the 20-second time span of her getting shot, saying she was okay and she dropped dead on national TV. Answer that. You can't answer that. Okay, well, let me ask you this. What's the point of me taking the vaccine if doctors and the CDC admits that it will not stop me from passing this vaccine? It won't stop me from passing it. It won't stop me from catching it. What I need to take it for? Now, this is why I'm not going to take it. They try to make it mandatory. You're not going to force no dumb shit on me. Huh? Just like you telling me, hey, you got a toothache, take this pill. What's that? Man, don't worry about what it is. What it's going to do for me? Well, it ain't going to taste good, and it ain't going to stop your tooth from hurting, but take it anyway. I'm good. I'm good. And then I know too many. This was the scary part. This was really scary to me. Did y'all notice a lot of people was dying and they were like, COVID killed 2,058 people today. But it be so many people dying and they dying from things that ain't COVID. but it's still being reported as a COVID death. Like I knew a lot of people who death that died from other things, and then when they hit the news and they said these people's name and they said it was COVID, and I was like, nigga, hell no. Like, look, my brother showed up at my doorstep crying, and Granny had she was diabetic. She had went to some diabetic shit, and when the people got there, she was fucked up. But she refused to get in that ambulance. She refused to go to the hospital. She was like, look here, man, just give me a coat. I'm going to bounce back. So, bro ran to the store real quick and got her a coat, cracked the joint open. She hit that joint a couple times and shook it off. She was right back. Then the thing is, Granny been sitting in the house smoking all day, drinking all day. Just the same Granny I told y'all about with the Winston cigarettes and the drink. When I wanted the cigarette, they were trying to teach me a lesson with old Rusty. She don't play that shit. So she don't play that shit. She hit that coke and went right back in. Bang, bang, bow. Coca-Cola saved the day. So 2 days later, same thing happened. Little bro wasn't there. The ambulance came, took her to the hospital. 30 minutes in the hospital, she was dead. You see what I'm saying? And they was like, it wasn't that, it was COVID related. Man, get out of here, bro. We watched George Floyd get his neck sat on for damn near 9 minutes. And then they did an autopsy talking about he had COVID. What was the point of the autopsy? We all knew why he was dead. Asphyxiation, my dude. You didn't have to go in there and chop dude's body up and look in his lungs and get a COVID sample or none of that to know why that man had died. Come on now. Why is people getting shot and y'all saying they COVID victims? I got two homies that died in a gunfight at the same time, in the same gunfight. And it come on the news at separate times that both of these people done died from COVID. Man, come on, man. I don't trust this shit. So I ain't take that back saying. Let me read what they saying right quick. Oh, yeah, I see you. You ought to be shit out. Man, I'm not going with it. He said most of the geniuses in prison. Man, I'm going to be real, bro. When I found out what my IQ was, I was in prison. This is what happened. Because you know they give you an IQ test when you go through diagnostic and shit. They want to see how smart you is. They want to know what they're dealing with. So, and I'm going to tell you how I realized it was a big deal. When I first came through diagnostic and I went to Varner Unit, and they took me with the IQ test and I got the results and shit back, it came back to me and it was like IQ was 132. Now, like 132, I didn't know what normal IQ was or none of that. So when they tell me my IQ is 132, I'm like, huh? So one dude told me like, bro, you a damn lie. Your IQ ain't that damn high. I'm like, that's high. He like, nigga, that's high as hell. And he was telling me like, man, every person IQ was like 85, bro. When you start getting up in where you at, bro, you a genius. And I think he was telling me like Einstein was like 145 or something like that. The presidents of the United States be in the 130s and the 140s and shit like that. 150s. I'm like, what the hell? He was like, yeah. So I get confirmation that later on. I called my mama and I'm like, mama, guess what? And she like, what's up? And she like, and I told her, I said, man, these folks gave me an IQ test. They say I'm a genius. And she said, oh shit. I said, what you mean? She said, I already knew that. Hit her with the Westbrook. She mean you already knew that? Man, she said, man, look, you remember when you were going to therapy and you were young and they tried to put you on that medication, you said you wasn't gonna take it. I said, yeah. She said, well, one of the other tests they took you through was an IQ test. And she was like, the man told me way back then that with your IQ being as high as it was then, she said at the time, I think my IQ was like 116 or something like that back then. And he was telling her back then, like, with your son IQ, dude is either gonna be a mastermind criminal or a world leader. And I'm like, man, and you didn't bother telling me that. And she was like, boy, you was already in and out of juvenile. Hell no, would not fit to boost your criminal career up by telling you that you would fit to be one or the other. I'm like, man, you know, you could have left the criminal shit. I just told me, nigga, you smart as hell. You need to live up to your potential. Some shit. I probably would have went in there and started doing my work. Um. Anyway, when I found that out, it explained a lot of shit to me. Here goes some more stories from the childhood. When I was young in third grade, I got to give y'all these stories. This should be some good, funny shit. So in third grade, I had a crush on this teacher named Miss Riley. She also had a daughter named Candace. It was pretty as hell. But Miss Riley was fine as hell. Man, look, grown ass woman, I ain't give a damn, bro. I was only like that. So Miss Riley came through one day and she was coming through the classroom and she was like, look, I'm selling these encyclopedias. Y'all go home and tell y'all mamas I got these encyclopedias. I got adult encyclopedias. I got children encyclopedias. You know what I'm saying? So if you think that your parents might be interested in getting some, give me your name and address, give me the phone number, and I'll come through. You know, back then it was legal. You could do that shit. You get her the address to the teacher. She pull up at your motherfucking house like it's all good. And me, my little freaky ass, shit, I'm like, shit, I'm gonna catch it after school and put it down. But I'm not realizing I'm in third grade and I'm not fit to put shit down. So she ended up coming by the crib with these encyclopedias and she talking to my mama and whoop whoop bam. And I'm like, mama, get them, I'm gonna read them. I'm gonna read them. Mama like, boy, if I get these encyclopedias, you better read them. I'm like, shit, bitch, you got me right at the house. We been read these encyclopedias. So we got these motherfucking encyclopedias. And I ain't even gonna lie. I used to sit in the hallway, laying on the floor with encyclopedias on the floor, reading from them. First, I used to go through all the children encyclopedias. They had the pictures in. I used to read all that shit. So I started learning everything about that, all about the animals. I knew all that shit. Then I started reading. I started just going through, picking weird shit. I started looking up money. So I started knowing this $500 bill, and it's $1,000 bill, and it's $5,000 bill. So I'm knowing this type of shit. Other people in my age don't know this type of shit. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't think of shit no more, so I just go to random page. I put my finger on something, I get to read shit. Man, I got smart as hell just doing that. And I know that ain't where the IQ came from, but I was just a gangster nerd. That was even one of my nicknames to a point in time, gangster nerd. So look, I think J Rock gave me that name. Um. Anyway, let's get back to Miss Riley. So, by Miss Riley dealing with us, I'm gonna read y'all stuff in a minute. By Miss Riley dealing with us about them encyclopedias, some type of way I ended up with a phone number. Splat, we gonna hold that. Depending on where you live, they gave hospitals 10 to 15,000 per person. That's why your hunger say, right. Now check this out. But she see a lot of shit. It ain't just me. She see shit in a lot of people. And I ain't talking, man, like when she hit me up when I was in the hospital. That was my first time talking to her in probably about 5, 6, 7 years. But anyway, I talked to her today. We back locked in. So she wanna start doing a podcast with me. I'm probably gonna let her come on her live one day, just join my live. But where we was at? Oh yeah, talking about the IQ and shit. Nah, we was talking about Miss Riley. So this embarrassing. Man, I'm in third grade. I called Miss Riley. She was a fourth grade teacher. But I called her phone. I don't know how I got my nuts hyped up. I told y'all I was gonna catch her out of school and I was gonna shoot my shot. And this is the motherfucking 80s. So look, it might be early 90s, but it was the 80s. If you ask me, late 80s. Um, man, I didn't call to shoot that shot. Right. Look, I didn't call Miss Bradley phone. You know, back then we were no cell phones. So I didn't call the house phone. I don't know what I was gonna say. Even her daughter was in a higher grade than me. So lo and behold, I guess she out selling encyclopedias because don't nobody answer the phone. But my stupid ass, Y'all know I was more advanced than most kids. I was smart. I was intelligent. I was already having sex. I was a third grader. I was freaked out the frame. I got this grown ass woman number. I'm in love with her. I called the phone. She didn't answer. Voicemail. So I get to talking that sub baby shit. And then I get bored and I'm like, so you better get with a nigga, you know what I'm saying? Because if you don't, then I'm gonna have to put this bomb on your house. When I put this bomb on your house, woo woo woo, and you better give me $15,000. Because if you don't, and get this, yeah, and it's Philip. And hung with the phone. I know this sound like somebody movie or TV show because I've seen the shit, the movie or the TV show, and I was like, what the fuck? Because I always trip when I hear shit in music and when I see shit in movies, I'm like, see, I did this shit in real life though. That's my real life they talking about. And there's a lot of shit like that. So I I said my damn name on the goddamn answering machine like a dumbass. And this is what I got to telling y'all the story about. Cause I was saying last time I was telling y'all about the money. And the PE teacher that was like, Phil, I heard you had some money. How much money you got? I was like, a lot. So it's the same damn PE teacher. They called me to the office. And the PE teacher like, I think it's him. I think it's him. And I'm like, I think it's him what? Man, the weekend went by. I'm a kid, short attention span. I don't remember none of this shit. I don't remember what's going on. So I'm sitting here in the office and I'm like, what's up? And they like, we want you to read this. We're gonna record you when you read it so we can listen to it. And I was reading and I'm like, you so pretty. I know you like me like I like you and $15,000, put a bomb on your. And so I said the bomb part, it ain't even hitting me that I know these words. These is my words. I'm sitting there like, I'm reading this dumbass shit. And they were like, okay, that's good. You can step out. I can hear this fat bitch now telling me. It sounded like him to me. And like I said, at the end, it had my goddamn name. And they were thinking who it could be. And the PE teacher was the one that said, well, it said Philip. I only know one Philip. He's quit snitching. You already know you done got me in trouble before. I don't know. Not yet. The money should have happened before this. Um, no, they called my mama up to the school. And this time, I did not have no $1,400 to give her. Man, I told y'all, this is all the same school that I told y'all about. When I was took Buddy J's and shit. Thing about it, I'm trying to think of the. Now, this was the same year I was in third grade when the Jordan shit happened too. Yeah, so it was that. It was something else that happened to this school I was talking about. I was telling my sister, like, that was back in the day. We used to have the kangaroos. I mean, I used to have a kangaroo. I used to put my lunch money in. I used to lose my goddamn lunch money all the time. Man, they were bad at that school. But yeah, that's when they did find that. That's when they found out I was smart. No, I'm gonna tell you some real shit, bro. And it's just I didn't realize it's about me. And he asked me if I had to pay for the yum yum or the num num. Nope. I mean, I done had opportunities where that's the only way I was gonna get it. I done also been in situations where motherfuckers that charged for it gave it to me for free. And we're like, hey, like I'm gonna tell you one situation where we're like, I ain't even know that's what Lil Mama was on. Like we was just chopping it up and it's online. And she was like, you know, you a real nigga, man. You know what? You want a massage? Like, hell yeah. Like, get that shit breaking down. She like, look, I just really want you to come over and kick it with me because you were so real. Goddamn, we was chopping it up. You know, I talked for this and all this, and I got some numb that time. And she was telling me, like, nigga, this is how I make a living. Like, shit, appreciate you, shit. That's the only way you was about to rub me down. This is the thing about it, bro. It's like I always knew, even as a kid, I knew my daddy was a pimp. Like my mama ain't never have a problem telling me that my daddy was a pimp. She always told me, quit trying to be, you ain't your damn daddy, quit trying to be a pimp. I don't know why you always want to think you a pimp. You just trying to dress like a pimp. Man, she always told me all my life I was never gonna be allowed to bring a Cadillac to her house. I couldn't have no motherfucking Cadillacs, point blank, period. Like my mom was adamant about this shit. She always stressed me growing up, no, never let no bitch buy you. Cause if she buy you, you pay for. Man, dead ass sure. She fucked my pimp hand up for a long time. To like seventh grade. I think like seventh grade. Before I got them me, got my pimping down correct. But shit, even that was on an accident, but it was just in there. It was just in there. But I'm gonna be real, I done had more than one occasion where I done been talking to a female and she didn't ask me like, Phil, you sure you ain't no pimp? And I'm like, nah, I ain't no pimp, baby. You supposed to be. You supposed to be a pimp. I want you to pimp me. I'm gonna make you a pimp. You ain't gonna make me no pimp. I'm not no babysitter. I used to look at it like that, like all her time. Be chased behind no grown motherfucker all day long. A motherfucker that want me to whoop their heads and make them do what they already know they need to be doing. Depending on you, so I can eat, so I can live good. I mean, it sounds good, and the movies it look good, but man, look, it's feminine hard work. I'm not down with it. Nah, not down with it. I'm single for a reason. Nah, I'm not gonna say that. I will say someone pimp, but this is the thing about it. And you ain't never seen a woman. And I can't. I'm not gonna really go into detail about this because I just can't. I can't tell you why I can't go into detail about it because it's gonna ruin some more shit. But we ain't gonna talk about it. So I mean, I'm not saying a woman can't do it, but it's just like with anything else. It is a man's profession. You got a handful of women that can do it. They can do it well. You never have one that's going to be able to achieve the level of what the best meal are doing in that category. You see what I'm saying? Like you got women who are in the WNBA and they will smash the regular bitch on the street when they hit the motherfucking court. And they probably will smash the regular dude on the basketball court. But you were never gonna put Cheryl Swoops out there against LeBron James one on one, and it was gonna be entertaining. Not even close. Not even close. It just ain't happening. You know what I'm saying? You got what's little mama name is in track right now? Shakari. She breaking all kind of records. But you're not gonna put her out there with Hussein Bolt and it's entertaining. Not even close. You know what I'm saying? It is. It's just sometimes I wonder, do they know the first rule of pimping? You got to know the first rule of pimping. And when you know the first rule of pimping, it makes it kind of hard for a woman to be a pimp. You you can't pull yourself off that other side. You just can't do it. You can try, and you might make it for a little while, but it's because the motherfucker letting you. You're not gonna hit the street in full-fledged, hardcore gorilla pimp suits and dives. Real pimps ain't gonna let it happen. They gonna come. They gonna come take that. They taking bitches. They taking hoes. They taking corners. They taking all that. And if you put up a fight, they might take what you love the most and have you out there on that corner in 10, 20 minutes. I'm just saying. You seen goddamn me, you seen on Snowfall What was about to happen to Aunt Louis? She was a queen pin, bro. She had killers, but they pulled her panties down off in their warehouse, and they was about to do her something bad. She was not gonna come back from that. Wasn't gonna be no more kingpin. Wasn't gonna be no go get the strap. We about to ride, bro. She was gonna be out there crazy as a Bessie bull on the corner, working that corner. Real talk, real talk. They was gonna break her, bro. I told y'all the story. They break grown men the same way. You see how they had it right there with three dudes. You gonna tap out. You can talk that shit. You can play tough for how many hours? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Because they had 40, 50 niggas lined up. The whole hood. Niggas ain't had none in years. They was all coming. You see what I'm saying? They was gonna take all that out. It was all gonna be gone. And just for the simple fact that they could. Shit ain't nothing she could do. That when she finally opened her eyes and was like, damn, I got too big for my bridge. I ran Jerome off. They would have been did her like that if Jerome wasn't around. They were letting her. You see what I'm saying? Think about it like this. Who is the baddest bitch in the world, like in reality? Griselda Blanco. What happened? When she went back to where she from, where them real dudes is at, did really do that? They killed her just for being a woman. Soon as they killed her at the airport. She didn't make it to the airport. She got off the plane and got assassinated on her tarmac. Just for being a woman. You went over there and you got real big, huh? Oh, we proud of you. But we gonna play that. If you ever come back over here, we gonna do you. As soon as she came back over, they out of her. I mean, I ain't gonna say like it's just the way of the world. It's just that's how the world is. But let's get back to some real. Um, but the reason I was saying is because, like I was saying, you take a woman like Glorilla, and since this phone on there, I'm gonna see if I can pull something up right quick. Glorilla magazine cover. They pulled up Glorilla. But hold on, let me see something. There was a new magazine cover came out. They changed it. If they didn't change it, she was in her panties. It was some silver shit. But anyway, same thing, even like this. You see how she is on the cover of this magazine? The cover I seen this morning, she was in bra and panties on the same magazine, so we're gonna keep looking for that too. Is that pimping? When they put you on the magazine cover, but you gotta sit there with your legs wide open for the world. And even though you rap that type of shit, you need that to get on. Now that you own and your hair done and you got $1 million worth of jewelry on and you got security and you got people got to move out your way when you walk in the room. But then when you get up here to these white folks, just the same way I was talking the other day when I was talking about Pharrell and Pusha T in the studio, and dude was doing his diss song, but he had to perform it for the white folks, and he's sitting there rapping around, he acting a fool, and I'm like, bro, maybe if you was with us, but you sitting here in the room with one white dude in a chair, like, and you just walking around in front of his desk, bobbing your head, dancing and shit. Bro, this is a diss song. Why are you dancing? The shit that's coming out your mouth, you was over here killing Jim Jones. But you standing this white man office twerking and shaking your shoulders and getting your shimmy on. You got to impress him to get your budget up. Like, for real. Just like, you know, when Lil Mama go over in the magazine covers, she got to do the same tired ass pose that Lil Kim already had to do. Meg Thee Stallion had to do it. Nicki Minaj had to do it. All of them had to squat down with their legs wide open, with their motherfucking hands on their knees, and get their eagle on. They all had to do that. It's pictures of all of them doing it. And now she the new female rapper, she had to do it too. And I'm trying to find that real picture, but these are my two good phones. A lot of independent women now since the 80s and 90s. Well, hold on. Either the men in jail or just want to play video games. So weak to me. But see, this the whole thing about it. It ain't that at all. Bro, our women so damn dumb and blind, and I hate to say it like that. I don't mean to disrespect no woman to listen to me or no woman no word. But I'm going to just be real and I'm going to prove what I'm saying. I seen a melanated man watch his woman get up in some see-through shit in front of everybody in public and go dance with a man whose name is Don't Leave Your Girl Around Me, true player for real. I'm a player for real. That dude, Usher, Mr. I gave him all herpes. That dude, like, the nasty man. This man had to watch his baby mama, his woman, get up in her damn near naked shit and dance on this man. Get hugged up by this man tried to kiss on her, she moved away a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Got off and twerked her ass at me. And this man said this, man, it's the outfit for me. You a mother. And the whole world said, oh, you weak, you insecure. You can't stand for your woman to get a little bit of shine. No, how about that's the mother of my child. That's the woman I love. That's the woman I respect. And I see her disrespecting herself, which is giving everybody else out there permission to disrespect her as well. That don't sit right with me. So I'm going to say something. Hey, maybe I should have waited till she got home. But no, I'm saying it for the whole world. Because the whole world seen the ass. So the whole world need to get the message. Not just her. What she do? And this is why I say black women get stupid. She leader, man. The whole world turned on him and got to writing articles and shit. He's a simp. He weak. And he's trying to control her. He's manipulative. All because he don't want his baby mama dancing on Usher. Do you want your baby mama dancing on Usher? Hell no, but let me tell you the difference between your baby mama and his baby mama. His baby mama can call Usher on the phone on the late night. Yours can't. Your baby mama ain't got Usher number. Keke Palmer got Usher number. If she don't, she got 1,000 other people number who got Usher number. Your baby mama can't fly to a different city and get with Usher. Your baby mama couldn't have got with Usher that night. His could. And even if she didn't, kind of looked like he could have got them draws. Even if he couldn't, it kind of looked like he could. The man known for getting them draws. So if a man is insecure about another man, okay, nigga is Usher. I've seen whole shows where the whole show is about a nigga being insecure about Usher. Y'all watch the Boondocks? Y'all remember that episode? This man was crazy over the same dude. Y'all think cartoons don't bring real shit to life? When it happened on The Simpsons, now we watching this shit. Usher then broke up a happy home in real life. Y'all didn't even realize that shit was on the Boondocks. Me neither, it just hit me. But that's some real shit. You know it is. Nigga was the same way, man. But women congratulating her like she did the right thing. Baby girl, you realize that you had the opportunity to dress up like a prostitute and go dotting around with Usher because your boyfriend was home being a father to your child. He was home with the baby. He wasn't out there in the crowd with you at the concert. He was home being daddy. You mad though. You let all these bitches on the internet hype you up to forget that you got a man that got you pregnant and stayed. When a whole lot of other bitches got niggas that got them pregnant and dipped. You got a man who gives a damn how you are perceived in the public eye, how people look at you. He give a damn, he care. But you let all these messy ass bitches, all these single bitches, all these baby mamas, these single baby mamas tell you that you empowering yourself by leaving your man to care about you. To what? Go get a stepdaddy? Come on now. Same thing with John Morant, man. His real name is Demetrius. Kiki's real name is Lauren. Demetrius and Lauren have both been rich since they was kids. They done had the silver spoon in their mouth since they were youngins, and now they done got old, and they trying their best to reach out to their ghetto roots, they ratchet roots. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what it is, what they feel like they missed. You ain't missed nothing. Why you think we all trying to get, so many niggas in the hood is trying to get to the NBA, and you trying to get from the NBA to the hood? So many little girls is trying to get from the hood and out of baby mama status to the limelight and to where she can have 1 million followers. Bitch, you got this shit with great responsibility and shit. You know what Spider-Man said. Yeah, with great power comes great responsibility. Now you got 1 million young women that follow you, and all they thinking is, fuck my baby daddy, you can keep that nigga. What? You know how mad I be seeing when I be skipping through shit and that song come on and it be a white girl dancing with a black dude and the white girl, she really singing that shit and niggas just, like, and I'm like, man, y'all think this shit cool? Even when it's reversed and it's a black girl with the white dude, she like keep that nigga. Man, y'all think that shit cool? And I ain't got nothing against interracial relationships. Not one damn thing. But what I do got a problem with is the way they push the shit. Like, have you noticed? Go in an ad like a newspaper or some shit. Like, you remember how the Sears magazine used to be the Sears catalog? Open up a book like that where you see a family. You don't too much see a white family or a black family or an Asian family no more. It got to be a white man and a black woman together, or a black woman and a white man, however it be, mixed kid. I'm gonna tell you, this is a creepy ass commercial I seen. It's a commercial about, I think the Blizzard. It's about some ice cream. Where it's the daddy driver and he got his daughter in the back seat, and the ice cream get to talk to him in a bag or whatever. And it's like, you said you was gonna wait, and she like, but I ain't say that. And I'm looking like they got this girl. He black, the little girl mixed. She ain't no little girl. She probably about 250 pounds. But she in the back, cooped up in the back like she smashed up back here, eating this ice cream. And I'm like, why they got her in the back seat? Why she in the back? Like, okay, we understand that it's a dude and his daughter, he black, she mixed. The mama white, we assuming. But why she ain't even in the car, but the daughter sitting in the back seat all cramped up, look like she in a car seat. This girl like she 20 years old. Man, I'm telling you, this shit trip me out. Then I'm gonna sneak some more shit in here, and we already over an hour. I'm gonna be able to sneak some shit in. People ain't gonna know what's in here. They gonna have to watch it and find it. Remember I was telling y'all about the Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade shit? Like, they started pushing the transgender agenda, right? And like I was telling my mom, I'm like, the first thing that I seen that was wrong with that shit was, I said, these folks are giving them props and saying that they good parents. And I'm like, no, you really probably about the worst parents I've seen in my life. And this wasn't nothing to do with the actual child being transgender, none of that shit. It was the way it all came out and what made it come out. What made it come out was a family photo they took. And in the family photo, the little boy had on a crop top shirt and claw fingernails like a prostitute, like a hooker, like a real life stripper. And I'm like, at the time, I think Buddy was like 12, maybe was 10 or 11, wasn't a teenager yet. But I'm like, bro, the thing that makes you such a horrible parent is, even if that was a real little girl, she should not be wearing that type of shit. That shirt and them fingernails is unacceptable for a child that age. male, female, in between. So that was the first thing that said, something ain't right here. So then as I'm thinking about it, I get to look at it, I'm like, okay. I'm noticing that even though we're hearing about it every day and they on talk shows, no, I'm not married. I get to it in a minute. Remind me to talk about it. Um, they was on the talk shows and all this and that, and I'm realizing like they started doing these talk shows, but they not bringing Zion on the show. Like he ain't popped up on Nan's show. Everything they saying for him. He ain't saying none of this. But at the same time, he has become the poster child for transgender kids without saying one word. Now, I'm thinking to myself, how much money do Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union get paid every time they go on a show like Ellen to talk about this? Because Ellen pays you to come on there and talk. When they go on the radio station, they talk about this. So when they go to this platform and that platform to push this agenda, like they getting paid, they are, because the child not there speaking about it is just them. You ain't hearing the child say none of this. Even when the rumors pop up, they dropping the bombshell. Gabrielle Union pushing the agenda when she got to talking about Boosie and trying to say he was a homosexual and all this and that. So then I look around and I'm like, okay, I told y'all about the gatekeepers and the rewards for pushing the agendas way back when they was on Kyrie ass, and it was Shaq and it was Charles Barkley, and we watched them get their benefits. So now we looking back, and Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade have started to receive their benefits. And if you don't know what benefits we talking about, we're gonna talk about this. Okay, so check this out. What investments have either one of them made in their careers that we know of that would lead Dwayne Wade to have enough money to buy an NBA team, franchise? Like, bruh, you didn't have no shoes jumping like that, bro. I think you signed with Jordan. Jordan, at the Converse and shit, I think you signed with Jordan. And I think Jordan wasn't gonna pay nobody. Like even like he lost Zion Williamson lost about 40 million signing with Jordan over Nike. Another dumbass fanboy. Um, but we just gonna get back to the money. Every commercial you look on right now, you seeing Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade. They got the sleep number beds and all this shit. They got TV shows together about their reality life shit, going on vacation. Dwayne Wade got a TV show he hosting. Then he got another TV show, like a game show called The Cube that he doing. She on there with him on that. She got another show. She got will be coming out of Capital One Venture Cards. Man, they stocked and went up. They getting up. How y'all get so famous all of a sudden? Why are y'all so famous? Like, why are they pushing y'all on us like y'all the all American black family? You're not. Like, we know y'all freaked out the frame. And I ain't got no problem with that. I just got some problem with y'all being freaked out the frame. I be doing some freaky shit. Ain't none of y'all been what I be doing, but I be doing some freaky shit. Ain't none of y'all been. Don't worry about all that. Just know that I started in third grade, so I'm on up there with mine. Now let's get to the question: am I married? And why not do I think? No, I'm not married. The reason I think I'm not married is because, well, one, I'm gonna say female play a lot of games, but I got to go into that. If I'm gonna say that, I can't just say that. To me, these days it seems like men have switched roles with females, and I don't mean to say it like we bitches or nothing. I mean to say it like men have got to a point where we want to settle down. We want to have a family. We want to be at the house, kids go to work, come home, and be straight. You know what I'm saying? A lot of this other shit just got old. And it ain't just me. But women, as you say, then got to this point where they feel like they pimps or something. They want to sneak around and do OnlyFans. They want to sell the ass to them to anybody who can get it. Man, and my thing has always been like, I'm not buying no ass. Like, why in the hell would I? I'm gonna give you look at it from my point of view. You take a badass broad or somebody bad enough that you would spend your hard earned on. So other people would too. Thing is, most people that spending their hard on is spending it because they got to. They can't go get none nowhere else. Them ain't the type of people I'm fit to be sharing nothing with. You see what I'm saying? The weirdos and the nasty dudes and people tongues and the snatch and grabs. Uh-uh. No. I take the one that's just as fine and she player and people be offering her money and they be trying to buy it and she be like, nah, I'm straight. You got to have a little conversation. You might be able to talk to your panties off, but you can't buy them off. I go for that. Now I was chilling, I was talking to some old school dudes, and this probably been about 3, 4 years ago, probably about 4 or 5. But they was outside next door, and I came outside. I'm just sitting there drawing and sketching and shit. I was drawing the chain link fence that I got tattooed on. And we was just chopping up. We got on the talk about buying it, paying for it. And I was like, no, I ain't never paid for it. And they was like, be for real. And I'm like, bro, I swear to God, I ain't never paid for it in my life. And they were like, nah, but for real though, you paid for it. I'm like, no, sir. I said, I have never gave a woman nothing, no money, or bought her nothing in exchange for sex. Not with the purpose I'm buying you this, expecting to get some sex out of it. Even if I was expecting some, I didn't come to an agreement with her like, hey, I'm gonna buy you this and you gonna give me that. That's what I call paying for it. That's what I call paying for it. Now, I had to explain this because people always come with that bullshit, that simp shit. And I'm gonna tell you why I call it simp shit. Because niggas will look for a way to beat and say they paid for some pussy. Put it like this. Niggas like, oh, you gonna get her hair done, you gonna take out to eat, or you gonna do something. And I'm like, no, that ain't paying for pussy. That's paying for her, or that's paying for food, or whatever. If I'm doing it for that reason. If I'm not doing it for some pussy, I'm not paying for pussy. I'm gonna give you the example, make you understand this shit. Me and you, we go to McDonald's. We got 2 bad bitches with us. I got a bad bitch, you got a bad bitch. I walk in, you walk in, we both got these bitches with us. We step up to the register. I order $20 worth of food, $10 for me, $10 for her. I go in my pocket, I pay for all of it. She ain't pay for shit. You step up, other restaurants, you do the same thing. You go in your pocket, you pay $20 worth of food, you eat 10, she eat 10, she ain't pay for shit. We both leave. I go to work. You go to the house and fuck. Let me ask you this. Now, did you just pay for pussy and I paid for food? Or did we both pay for food? Or did we both pay for pussy? Because we both just went in there and did the exact same thing. You see what I'm saying? But I'm not fit to go home and be like, yeah, I just bought some pussy. No, I just bought a bitch a $10 meal. Now, if later on in life she want to try to convince me that she's a prostitute and she snuck some pussy on me, but bitch, how do you feel about that? Like, really, how do you feel about that? 10 years down the line, and your go-to line is, nigga, remember that food you bought me that day I gave you that pussy? The bitch you bragging about goddamn me having an $8.99 price tag on your pussy? Like, that what it is? Cause baby girl, I'm gonna tell you the truth. If you was selling pussy and I was buying pussy, I'm not gonna buy the $8.99 pussy. You can keep that. I'm not gonna buy the $8.99 pussy. Like one thing my mama told me was this here. When you go in the store, don't never buy the cheapest. At least buy the second cheapest. But don't never buy the cheapest. Nothing. Toilet paper, tissue, goddamn me, soda pop, none of that. Don't never buy the cheapest, goddamn it. So no, I'm not paying the $8.99 plus tax for the pussy and end up being $10. No. Did you show you don't want to supersize this? Did you want a shirt or something to go with this shit? Tire change, motherfucking oil change, a car wash, got $10.99, $8.99 plus tax? No, sir. Bitch, I know you want some more. You want to pack a cigarettes or something? Did you need some dog treats for your dog or something? Here, take this $15 for your hair next time. I couldn't do the team. It's just, man, it's just how it go. Shit needs to change. We talked about this last time, man. And it ain't just females, it's males and females. We both easily influenced, man, by what we see and what we hear. And even if we ain't easily influenced, we live in a world where they would drill that shit in your head. You won't just hear the song one time a day, you will hear it 20 times a day. You know what I'm saying? And then put it like this. The easiest way to get a man to submit is to make the women make him do it. You see what I'm saying? So you take the rap game right now, you got the rap game saturated with females. What's up with it? But even though the rap game is saturated with females and they getting their money, they ain't rapping about shit but they pussy. They ain't rapping about shit but encouraging other females to be hoes, to get it how they live, to fuck a nigga, fuck your baby daddy. You don't need a nigga. You can get it out here in the street, rob these niggas if they think they got it money. You know what I'm saying? These niggas say they want to hit you up online and ask for some pussy, bitch, rob these niggas, all this and that. That's the world we done came to. And see, these females gonna get they gonna get their contracts long as they pushing this shit, long as they rapping this shit. As long as they rap, I don't trust you, because I could be fucking with you today and I don't fuck with you tomorrow. When you drill that type of mentality into these young girls' head, yeah, they gonna pay you. Yeah, they gonna give you the wars. And guess what? A nigga like me can't stand up and say nothing about it because all the females gonna say I'm a hater. So if I want to get any type of pussy, if I want to get any type of play, if I don't want to fight with my woman, I can't stand up against that. I can't say nothing about that. You see what happened when dude said something about Keke Palmer, that's his woman. He said somebody's own damn woman. The world turned on his ass right then. His woman left him. They bigged her up for that shit. The bitch is selling t-shirts right now to say Stevie Wonder to the bullshit. Come on now. Be for real. They made it a profitable situation for her to leave her baby father. And she's so money hungry, she ain't never gonna see it. Until the kid get grown enough to say, mama, that's why you left daddy. He wasn't beating you. He wasn't cheating on you. He was trying to tell you to stop dancing on freaky ass dudes and see-through dresses. And then you let all these other nutting ass bitches, you know you be singing and you ain't no platinum artist. These bitches don't support you. Bitch, you know you ain't got no $20 movie roles. These bitches don't support you like that. Until you start doing ratchet shit. You start doing stupid shit. And now you Keke Palmer, the biggest thing in the world. Bitch, last week you was nobody. Nobody talked about yourself. Oh, look, she's so cute with the baby. Look, her baby daddy love her. Boy, they didn't want to see that black love. As soon as that shit went haywire, they made you a star for it. And told that nigga up so bad that no nigga better not ever stand up against a woman and say, baby, don't put that on. Baby, could you change clothes? Cover them ass cheeks up a little bit. Because now she going to turn, oh, you hoe ass nigga. You a hater. You don't want me to shine. You trying to control me. Man, come on now. This is society we live in. They turned the women goddamn into nothing. And once they do that, and we can't stand up against them, what we gonna do? We losing again. It's hard as hell for a nigga to try to stand up against that type of shit. Like, be for real. Then you got the gay community gonna stand up behind and back it up. Cause they love to see the dynamic fall apart. I'll tell you, it's a real shit. It's the same shit they've been doing this for a long time. It's like, I'm gonna tell you some shit. Look at the greats. Look at the highly successful people. And somebody remember that we talking about the greats and the highly successful people. Because this is what I'm going to talk about. They build these people up. They build them up. Remember I told y'all that they had built Bill Cosby up? And we were talking about the rape situation. I was like, look about it. Think about it like this. Uptown Saturday night shit, they had two niggas Him and Sidney Poitier, superstars, mega movie stars. They didn't need a whole bunch of rich black men in Hollywood. They had they two. They won and they back up. All they needed. So when the blonde haired, blue eyed white women saw Helen rape and he did this and he did that, them executives looked at it like this here. Ma'am, get out. Next. Cause one thing it wasn't no shortage of in Hollywood was a blonde haired, blue eyed woman looking to be a movie star. They were literally lined up at the door and they were doing everything under the sun to get the role. So one of them got to complaining. Next. Y'all think I'm playing? Y'all don't realize how sick these folks is? Like on my mama. Do y'all not remember it was a child version of Playboy magazine? A teenage version? I need somebody to respond on that. I need verbal confirmation. Did anybody remember it being a teenage version of the Playboy magazine? I'm gonna tell you who they most successful photo girl was as a teenager. Kathy Ireland. Yeah. Let me see. Teenage version of Playboy magazine. I can't remember the name of it. I seen this shit in a documentary they were doing. They were talking to old girl, and it was like her mama signed up and all that shit. Hold on, Kathy Ireland and Playboy as a team. Yeah, the first thing that popped up, just say Kathy Ireland opens up about experiences with predators in fashion as a teenager. Man, y'all, come on now. Let me see. I'm gonna have to ask you as a question. What girls posted for Teenage Playboy magazine? I'm saying Kathy Ireland. It was Brooke Shields. It was Brooke Shields. Now everything started popping up. Now I'm gonna read this to you. You can search this up yourself. It's a who was the youngest woman ever to be in Playboy? Eva, also modeled for other photographers such as Jacques Berberlon. She is the youngest model ever to appear in Playboy nude pictorial since she was featured at the age 11 in October 1976 issue, the Italian issue of the magazine, and set by the same B word that I couldn't pronounce it like Burbelon. Here's out. That shit right here. 11 years old. Was featured at 11 in 1976 issue. Playboy, I ain't playing. But they're not gonna tell y'all none of this shit. People forgot about this type of shit. You see what I'm saying? The world a crazy place. It's a sick, sad place. This is America. This is a sick, sad place. Now, of course, I'm not looking for no pictures and shit. I'm glad I did the shit on live. So if they ever try to come back and be like, "Ah, you were looking at," no, I wasn't. No, I wasn't. And you can go back and look at the video I did on such date at such time and see what was going on. I was on live video when I did it. It was for educational purposes. And let me get off of that shit. But yeah, and you see what I'm saying? These women are famous women. These are people you heard of, millionaire women. Hollywood was not protecting them motherfuckers. They didn't give a damn. And that's why I was telling folks, I'm like, man, I don't put it past Bill Cosby and did the shit. But you got to look at it like you got to also realize these women are saying this shit happened at a time frame where Bill Cosby wasn't going to get no consequence behind this shit because he was making people too much money. They wasn't making people out of dime. Now, I'm going to go back to what I was talking about before we got to the Bill Cosby shit. What I was saying was they started these kids out young. Now, who is the greatest entertainer in the world? I'm going to give you a hint. His name starts with an M, ends with a Jackson. Let me ask you this. At what age was Mike integrated to with famous people, handling him, handling things for him, day-to-day life, making his bed, cooking his food, making sure his temperature was right, making sure his water was the right temperature for him, all this and that. You see what I'm saying? As a child, he grew up to be the best entertainer in the world. This wasn't no shit that he just, you know what, I'm gonna do this. Let me ask you this. Who was the best golfer in the world? Oh, Tiger Woods. How long Tiger been golfing? Since he was this big. His daddy was doing it before him, like all his life basically. He was born to golf, nothing but golfing growing up. Like he grew up in a situation where he had people handling things for him in his life so he could focus on that. Making his bed, making his food, making sure his vegetables and his nutrients was up to where he needed to be at, making sure his nutrition was on point, making sure he was at every appointment he needed to be at. He was handling this, he was handling that, and he ended up being the greatest. What I'm getting at is these folks know who gonna do what. These folks, you take a basketball player like LeBron James that you knew about when he was in fucking junior high. Dude ain't a billionaire by mistake. Now, let me see if I can find this. I ain't even gonna say it out loud. I'm gonna type it in so if it pop up, it'll surprise y'all. I mean, you just take anybody just at the top of their game in what they do, and it's not a mistake. It's not an accident. They was groomed for it. You see what I'm saying? You don't get to nobody being at the peak of that shit, and it was an accident or it was a hobby or it was some shit they just picked up one day. No, they was at it since birth. Like, let me ask you this. How old do you think Bruce Lee was when he did his first movie? Anybody, wild guess. Because when you think about martial arts and kung fu or whatever it is, you think about Bruce Lee, right? Bruce Lee did his first movie. 24. Man, Bruce Lee had 13 movies under his belt by the time he was 10. He did his first movie at the age of 6 months old. Yeah, he was born to be an actor. Everybody thought Bruce Lee was Mr. Kung Fu Man, the killer himself. The man couldn't fight really. Bruce Lee was 5'3", 115 pounds. And you really think he was whooping shit? This man, you can pull this shit up. You can look it up. This man was in his first movie at 6 months. He was a straight up actor. Yes, straight actor. Now, people say, now you say he grew up in LA, I'm gonna tell you like this. The man was born in San Francisco. Before he was 1 year old, he had moved to Hong Kong where he grew up at, bro. That's real shit. You can say MTV, but listen to what I'm telling you. All this shit you gonna spit back at me is the backdrop in the story, the shit they put behind him. Just like everybody came in and you like, bro, you in prison? He got a nice backdrop behind him, but he's the actor. They built him for this reason. So, of course, ironclad story, but what I'm telling you is this here. If you're 10 years old with 13 movies under your belt, you actor, bro. If you're 24 with 60 movies under your belt, you're an actor, bro. Now, everybody like to say he was a kung fu master. And I say, okay, well, what motherfucking type of kung fu did he master? And they say, Jeet Kune Do. And I say, yeah, he invented that shit. Don't tell me you some master of some shit you invented your goddamn self. You better be the master. If I walk around and I just start slapping niggas like this and I say, just slap a nigga kung fu, I better be the motherfucking master at this shit. I better not walk up to a nigga tomorrow and he know more about slapping nigga kung fu than me. I invented this shit. Man, listen to this shit. What's that movie? It's a movie out about a dude that was a stunt man. And in the movie, they goddamn me show dude move. They show dude get to a point where he whooped Bruce Lee ass out there in the parking lot. That's real. That was real life. Like that nigga got his ass whooped a lot because he used to play that kung fu role and he used to talk that kung fu shit. But wasn't nobody scared of him because he was a little dude. They used to whoop his ass. Then they talk about him and Bolo. They were like, well, Bolo and him and Bolo, they had a real fight and this and that. And I'm like, well, you know, Bolo also was not no kung fu master. Bolo was an actor that was an actor after bodybuilding. Then everybody in China knows some type of kicks and some type of, you know what I'm saying? So, damn near. They're like saying every nigga know basketball. I don't. How who win? Man, look. I'm gonna Google this other pictures. I'm gonna get back to the Bruce Lee shit. Oh, there go the picture. So now I'm gonna show y'all another thing I'll be talking about. Damn, it jumped off the goddamn picture and went to some spaghetti. They hate me. That's what I like about having cell phones. I used to be in prison trying to tell niggas this shit and they just call me a lie, especially because I be young. Motherfuckers, I always think I ain't know what the fuck I was talking about. I wish I had a Google back then. I could just Google some shit and be like, nigga, what the fuck I just told you? Now, even from the side, y'all can tell what president that is, right? That's JFK. Now, the funny thing about this picture is, do you see who that is he talking to? Let's see if I can blow that up. You see that shit? Now, you tell me what the fuck Bill Clinton was doing, 15 years old, at the White House, kicking it with JFK. I wait. That's JFK sitting there shaking hands with a 15-year-old Bill Clinton, the country boy from Arkansas that just happened to end up being the president. Come on now. Man, let me show you something else. This picture made some headway if I can pull it up. And they trying to explain this shit away too. And I'm like, come on, man. Why it's so hard to find this shit? Yo, he's from Hope, Arkansas. Nah, check this out. Y'all recognize who that is, right? So I say when you see a picture of NLE Chopper, I'm gonna go back to it in a minute. It was a picture of NLE Chopper and Rick Ross in the studio. Thing is, NLE Chopper was probably about 5 or 6 years old in the picture. You see what I'm saying? Make that make sense. Now, I don't want to get my phone and I don't want to get my video copyright, so make sure it's volume down. But I'm gonna show y'all a little something. It ain't that they be related. It's like I be telling you, these people be getting groomed to be what they about to be. It don't be no accident. It was not an accident that Bill Clinton was kicking it with the president. You see what I'm saying? This is not an accident. You see this video? That's Juvie. Let me fast forward something through this shit. I'm tired of looking at Juvie already here. Oh, well, damn, there go the nigga right there. Who is that? Not one tattoo. This way before Shadow Flow. Nobody knew who dude was at this time. You know what I'm saying? That man didn't have no name before this. It was no Shadow Flow, no freestyles, no none of this. Remember when dude blew up off his freestyles, he was just a dude from Cottonwood Street in Memphis. Little Memphis dude, basketball player, and all this, but he was out there in the street running wild, bro. You wasn't in the street running wild. You was in the studio with Rick Ross at 5, 6 years old. I'm gonna go back to the picture because somebody said they couldn't see it. Um, yeah, you were running around with Rick Ross at 5, 6 years old. You got videos with Birdman and Juvenile and them, bro. You was one of them little kids that was running around Cash Money, bro. Come on now. They never did blow up. But then you got away from them and you blew up. And you never one time, we ain't never heard this man say nothing about shout out to Birdman for fucking with me back before I got on and showing me the ropes and none of that. What rapper you know got videos out with him and Birdman and Juvenile? And then when they blow up, you never heard nothing about him fucking with Cash Money. Why is it such a secret? Why are they keeping a secret? The dude used to be doing music and shit with Cash Money. Like y'all can go look the song up. I'll tell you what the name of the song. I ain't no hate. It's called I think it's called Back Then. I think it's called Back Then. Man, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. We can keep going back to the greats. So check this out. When you go and you say, look at the CEO, we ain't gonna say Dr. Dre, even though way before NWA, Dr. Dre was already in the real live music business. When he was supposed to be straight out of the company as a teenager, he was already in the music business producing platinum records, record deals as a teenager. I don't know when it started. We just know whenever he came in the game, he was already in the game for them. So then take a nigga like Yo Gotti. Nigga, Yo Gotti was putting albums out at 10 years old. So when you look and you see where he is in the business now, people look and they think dope game and they think all white this and lamb this and mama sold dope and brother and them sold dope and all this and that. They don't know about Lil Yo. They don't know about Lil Yo, the same little nigga with 10 years old rapping about Watkins and Brown. You see what I'm saying? North Memphis. Man, like, for real. More than that. Man, if you want to get to the cousins and shit, how about this? George Bush and John Kerry ran against each other for the presidency of the United States of America. They cousins. Like, know each other cousins, knew each other cousins, spent holidays together with each other type cousins. We didn't know that. That was never brought up one time when they was debating on stages and town hall meetings and running against each other for president, when they ran into a stalemate, when they just gave us a president because we didn't get the one we had chosen. We never knew that the motherfuckers was cousins. Like, why do they not tell us this type of shit? That's why also, like I told you, this shit is preordained. It don't go like you think it's gonna go. It don't go to who you think should get it. It go to who they wanted to go to. They pay who they want to pay. Just gonna push the agenda they want to push. Man, we gonna go off of what we hear. At the end of the day, I keep telling you that. Right now, if they start putting righteous people on TV every day, if we start watching shows like Rock and shit every day, and that's all we watch, people gonna start some morals about themselves. People gonna start feeling a type of way about the shit they do. But when you see the bad shit, the fucked up shit on TV all day, every day, it get normalized to you. So when you see it in the street, it's no thing no more. You see what I'm saying? If you was watching the police kill a nigga right now, would you help or would you pull your phone out? Because the normal thing to do these days is pull your phone out and record. Get you some views. Everybody want to be the cameraman. People feel like the cameraman is exempt from death. Like shit, nigga, they can shoot all they want to. I got the camera. They can fight all they want to. I got the camera. Man, shit, sometimes the cameraman get knocked out too. Just being real. Man, there's so many more. Man, for real. For real. I was thinking, man, I gotta set some shit up, man. I got it's a dude down here in my city, man. Love Keita Dunn. I already talked to him about some interviews. Um, did I drop the interview from the trap? What's up with the time? I got an interview. Well, really, it's a story time. It's a two-part. It's I tell the story about what I seen from the outside, then my homeboy tell the story what he seen from the inside, and I was gonna put them together and make one video. Did I already put that out? About when the trap house got raided and shit. But if not, I got that out. I got that in my phone. Real talk. Man, I'm like, look, I was thinking about this shit earlier. I was like, man, until I just started going hard and pushing this shit out there, motherfuckers might not just jump on it like that. I know a lot of people want to hear the prison stories, man, but I know also that real shit. I just know what type of responsibility gonna come with it. And I don't know if I be ready all the time to deal with that shit, man. I know motherfuckers gonna be in my head when I start telling that real shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers gonna try to tear a nigga down. And it ain't always gonna be some entity, some power, some organization. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it just be your own people. Be your own people, man. Just want to challenge everything you say. And I ain't tripping. You know what I'm saying? For the most part, everything I say, I know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. Or I wouldn't say that shit. Sometimes I might get carried away and I might throw some opinion out there, and that's my fault. But like I say, most times when people be like, "Man, I can go fact it, I can go fact check it. I'm gonna go Google this shit." Go ahead. I want you to. I want you to come back and be like, "Yup, I looked it up and it's the truth." Shit, help me out. They ain't doing nothing but helping me out. Cause I ain't trying to tell you no bullshit, no way. You know what I'm saying? That ain't what I'm here for. Uh, man, but you know me, man. I keep trying to stress it. It be the same thing I stress every time. And it be my man nigga about. Damn, what they cut me off at left one. Nah, but my main mission is just to get people to understand, man, the mistakes that we make. and how they can be unmade. I'm gonna tell you, and this ain't to get on nobody's head or to disrespect nobody. I don't mean no harm when I say what I'm about to say. I watched the video either yesterday or today, and it was some dude. I think he was a GD, and not even that. That was a whole different video. But it was dude and them, and they was getting on Crip Mate. And I guess these dudes were from DC, but they were like, man, we don't give a damn about no gangs and shit. Nigga, that's what you gonna tell your kids when they get old, nigga, that you was a gang member, you was a Crip, nigga, you think that's something? And I was like, man, you know what's fucked up? I said, that's fucked up. But that's like how you gotta do it. It's like the way he was talking, it's like, bro, nigga, that shit you banging, that shit you represent is nothing to us, bro. Over here, we don't value that shit. We don't look at that shit like you is anybody special, bro. Fuck what you doing. Yeah, fuck all that shit, bro. You's a weirdo for that shit. Nigga, you grown as hell, you still gang bang. And I'm like, this shit kind of funny because they trolling. But it's like, man, that's kind of like how the world got to do it. If you don't look at niggas like that, then they gonna see feeling like what they doing got a purpose. And I'm like, bro, don't give a damn who you is. Your gang banging ain't got no purpose. To feed your motherfucking ego, to pass your time in your day, in your week, in your life until you get arrested or get killed. What other purpose is to your gang banging? Just be for real. Name me a positive. Because I've been doing this shit since I was goddamn 12, 13 years old, and I can't give you no positive. All the positives I used to give you, man, that shit been so long ago since I even thought that shit was positive, I don't remember what it was. I can't even lie to you and make nothing up and tell you, oh, well, this is what's positive about being a Crip. So I can tell you this. Nigga, I went to prison. Didn't know Crips get on my visitation list. Nigga, I went to prison. Didn't know Crips send me no money. They wasn't sending no pictures. They wasn't coming to see a nigga. Nigga, I didn't talk. Damn, it's funny. My number's going down. I ain't fucked up. Nigga, them motherfuckers wasn't coming by my house. They wasn't goddamn me giving my mama no money. They wasn't looking out for none of that shit. They just wasn't, bro. I'm just being real. Real shit. Kill up on the motherfucker, bro. But it's like, what's the point? Man, we grown ass people, bro. And I'm gonna say this shit again, like I said the last time. Who don't realize that these niggas was kids when they started this shit? Nigga, they was teenagers. They didn't own no property. You see what I'm saying? They didn't lead nothing that would work, goddamn me, writing about in the newspaper until they did some violent shit. Come on now. Now, as me being a Crip, I know about the hot lust programs and all that shit. It's very minute compared to everything else we done did. Just be for real. And there's some gangs and organizations that can't even say they did that because they ain't did that much. I'm gonna call a spade a spade. Niggas look real motherfucking weird these days on that bullshit. When I be looking at videos and I'm seeing niggas steady talking about nigga on the hood this, on the hood that. You can't come back to the hood. Say, bro, if I'm not there no more, I'm not there because I don't want to be there. I'm not gonna come back just to prove a point. Nigga, when I worked and I got tired of working, but I worked anyway, that was to get away from there. When I went and bought that car, it was because I earned the right to drive this kind of car. I don't want to have to come to the hood where I'm like, damn, I want to park my shit over here to prove something to somebody who ain't gonna help me when I get locked up for doing the dumb shit they over here doing. Man, we too old for this shit. I'm just being real. You say cartoon made up a Dewberry, I'm looking like this. Look how much time cartoon did in prison in the state of Alabama. Why even get out and be concerned with any other nigga or anything in California or any of that? And I know you from the hood and you love the hood, but my nigga, what has the hood got for us? What has it done for us? Put us in a lot of bullshit. Means I got to do this thing like this. My motherfucking battery about to die. No, I can't get. Alright, it came out. But I ain't through talking yet, so we could though. Put y'all over in this thing. There we go. Man, for real, you know what I'm saying? That be one of the things I be saying. It's like people already know they'll come together in prison. They got to. They're coming together in jail. They got to. Just on being black. It be times to come around where you just got to get together. You got to put all that to the side. My thing is, when you get in prison and you realize that one of these dudes from the other side turned out to be probably the most solid dude you done ran across in your life. How do you get out of prison and turn your back on that to go fuck with 100 other dudes that you know ain't got nothing close to that type of solidness about them? You see what I'm saying? Like you sitting in prison, you doing bad, you got a blood nigga that been sliding you food and feeding you and all this and that, and got you working out and all this shit. Y'all chopping up, he sliding you books, and y'all just helping each other get past this time. But you got Crip niggas that was in the Bears running the store that wasn't gonna throw you no type of food. You see what I'm saying? They wasn't gonna throw you no food, not for free. They was gonna want some. They wasn't gonna spend no time with you because you really ain't, it wasn't beneficial for them. But you expected to get back out on the streets and go deal with these people. Well, the thing is, in the South, we're a little bit different. We don't do it like that. See, down here, it ain't nothing thing for you to see a cop pull up at the gas station and it's two Bloods, a Crip, and a BD in one car. And they ride like that. And they get hustling and getting money together. And it ain't nothing to be said about it. Ain't nobody even tripping. You can't even really look over there and tell what person is in what gang. It's 3 different gangs, 4 different people. You don't know which is which. Unless you go over there and start greeting them and showing love, but they get to talking. You know what I'm saying? And that always been my thing when I used to tell folks. I'm like, bro, remember when I told y'all and I was like, look, if we could just stop niggas from recruiting, if we could stop Blood, Pyro, Crips, folks, Vice Lords, whatever, just from recruiting new members, and everybody just be the last of a dying breed because you know these niggas ain't real. You know these niggas ain't standing on nothing because you wasn't standing on it. And just be real, you wasn't. If you was, then we wouldn't have police around here killing folks. We wouldn't have black people around here killing folks. We wouldn't have black people houses getting robbed, getting broke into, females getting kidnapped and abducted. The streets would be safe if Crips was cripping, if Bloods were blooding. You know what I'm saying? If Jesus was on that gangster shit, what they supposed to be standing on, the streets would be safe for our people. It wouldn't be dangerous for nobody. We wouldn't fear nobody with their danger. We wouldn't be scared of no police riding through here. We wouldn't be scared of their car we don't realize or recognize coming through here. None of that, bro. Because when Chris was cripping, they was holding the block down. Wasn't no breaking no houses. Wasn't no whooping. Wasn't no robbing. You know, wasn't even no bullying going down, bro. It's a wrap. Get your ass on out of here with that. You want to fight? Come on. We got some hands for you. You know what I'm saying? That's how it was supposed to be. It ain't been that in a long time. The game then went from sugar to shit. Several times. And every time it went back to sugar, it didn't last long at all. That's just being real. And I know niggas don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear me saying that type of shit, but I don't give a fuck. I'm a grown ass man. I'm gonna tell the goddamn truth. I'm not gonna sit up here and lie just so you motherfuckers can keep doing what you're doing in secrecy. Stupid ass. Look, just look. I'm gonna show you another agenda they pushing niggas ain't realizing yet. Hey, y'all realize that they turning all your favorite rappers into snitches? Like it ain't nothing they can do to get around it. I was watching some shit with G Street on his last couple episodes and shit. And I was laughing because they kept on with the nigga Milton. And I was peeping and shit, and I'm like, bro. But the thing is, it ain't really about Milton. It was about, like, you see at the beginning when it first happened. Everybody was like, oh, that's how y'all do it? Y'all telling? Bro, it don't matter if you telling or not. Once you get that jacket, you got that jacket. And the rule in the penitentiary is niggas don't give you that jacket for no reason. So if a nigga put that jacket on you, nigga, you might want to be ready to wear it or kill a nigga. But what I'm saying is, it's a game. Look how they doing it. You got what's your boy gonna say? They tricked him. They gave him a proffer. I know how he think they tricked him. Nigga, you did what they wanted you to do. But they told him, you ain't got to give us no information on Thug. We ain't gonna ask you nothing about no murders. We're not gonna ask you nothing that's gonna incriminate you. Anything you say, we gonna let you off on it, and we not gonna arrest nobody or bring up no charges on nobody for anything you say. But you can't lie, because if you lie, then we gonna take the deal off the table and woo woo bam. That man got up there and that's what they said. Are you aware that YSL is both a record label and a gang? And he was like, damn, yeah. Are you aware that people in the gang have did things to further to the furtherance of the gang? He was like, yeah. They was like, okay, no further question. And he got down thinking, okay, I ain't say nothing about Young Thug. I ain't say nothing about he did nothing. I ain't say nothing. No specific person did nothing. I ain't say I witnessed no crime. They not for the arrest nobody for nothing I said. Water under the bridge. I'm gone. Everybody straight. Back. Well, bro, they know what you don't know. You cooperated. And when it comes down to snitching, that's good enough. Just say you cooperated. So, yeah. So then they pop out and they get the tape of Rich Homie. They got a tape of Rollo. Got paperwork put out on Rollo. Then they hit Finesse 2 times. QCP, 21. Little Baby Homeboy. You see what I'm saying? How they just, but this is the thing about it. And this is why I say it's an agenda they pushing. Because a lot of these people, like say Melly, because they even dropped a tape of Melly confessing to some shit or saying a nigga name way back in high school. Now this is the thing about that. These are like interrogation room tapes. Ain't no DJ Academics, no Whack 100, nobody getting no interrogation room tapes. The police are leaking this shit. So somebody with some higher up got to be in the government and told the police station, hey, we need that tape. We gonna leak that online, and we need all his fans to know that he did this 7, 8 years ago. We need to kill his credibility and let everybody know that this type of motherfucker, he said this, he told it on this, he did this when he was 9. Come on now. Now I ain't saying we should overlook what's happening, but I am saying that, man, these folks is leaking this shit for a reason. You got to wonder what it is. Like, this ain't no accident. This shit happened with back to back to back to back to back in a amount of days. There's so many people they talking about snitch, you don't even know who case to go watch no more. But what I'm telling you is, when that type of shit happening, nigga, stop. Don't pay attention to none of that. Step back. Look up and around. There's something else going down that we ain't paying no attention to, because they got us all focused on, oh, well, they 1090J said this about Finesse 2 times. Rich Homie did this. Say, man, where this shit coming from? Because this shit could have came out 10 years ago. They know niggas been following Rollo since before Rollo got locked up. They could have been told us that Rollo did this shit. Why they ain't drop it then? They saving this shit to get your attention now. That's why I say about shit like movies, TV shows, sports. Man, all this shit is to get your attention. Keep your attention off of shit. When you get the richest motherfuckers in the world, the Illuminati and shit, them type of family members, them type of people with that type of money, they don't watch the shit we watch on TV. They don't know nothing about that shit we watch on TV. Like, the cable channels they watch are not the cable channels we watch. The people we buy our cable from, this motherfucking Xfinity and all this shit, whoever Time Warner, whoever you might have, that's not who they got. You see what I'm saying? You ain't never heard of the cable people these on. Like I had to argue with this one girl and she was telling me like how Bentley and all these people don't have to make commercials because they brand and they so well known. And I'm like, no, bitch, you don't get it. Bentley don't have to advertise on BET because the motherfucker watching Love and Hip Hop and goddamn me whatever the shows is ain't the ones buying Bentleys. So why would they even advertise it to you? No, they advertise them type of commercials on stations you can't even afford to get. You're not paying $3,000 a month for cable, so you don't watch this station. They're not advertising you goddamn $1 million car, a $400,000 car, none of that shit. You don't get that. But if you don't believe they exist, then you just go to YouTube and type in Bentley commercial. And then you see a Bentley commercial like, damn, why I ain't never seen it? Because you broke. Because you live in the type of neighborhood they not gonna advertise it to. The same reason why you don't drive through the hood and see a Lambo car lot, because ain't no nigga down the street buying Lambos. If it is a nigga down the street buying Lambos, then he can afford to take his ass out of state to go buy it, or to a different major city or wherever to go buy it. He not buying it down the street from Nowhereville. You see what I'm saying? Let me see what this one said. Because in real life we one blood, but on the streets we dog eat dog. Think about it. It's set up like that. We all for it. It is set up like that, and that's what I was saying. It's like, man, look at it like this. And I'm gonna get back to the Martin Luther King shit because I ain't forget. But it's like I was saying with the 500 credit score neighborhoods. They put you in a neighborhood and they put limited resources to that neighborhood. They ship the type of food they want in that neighborhood to that neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? So if you put all the poor people in one demographic in one area and you want to do something to them, that's how you do it. You want to get all the poor folks and you put them all over here. And then you put whatever you're going to do in the food that's going that way. Or you put it in the clothes that's going that way. Like they did the Indians. They put the smallpox in the blankets. They gave it to them. They let them wrap themselves up in it and sleep in this shit, wrap their babies up in it. Come on now, that's what they going to do. That's what they've been doing since the beginning. Now, let's get back to the Martin Luther King shit. What I was saying was this here. You take Mr. Bill in the IGA store, and yeah, we didn't let nobody else come in and run the IGA store. We pretty much, I say we, I'm talking about the neighborhood. Got them all up out of there. But this is the thing about it. When Mr. Bill was running this store, I already know. It's like when Mr. Bill was running this store, Mr. Bill looked out for the people in the community. He knew us. He knew the kids. He saw them grow up. He knew the parents. He saw them grow up too. So when you came in and you needed something, he gave it to you. You paid him back when you could. What I'm saying is that was in that black community. When it was mixed and you went somewhere else, or like I said, you went to Walmart, you can't show up in Walmart and tell them that your check coming on Friday, but it's Wednesday and the kids hungry. Walmart don't give a damn. If it's $16.99 plus tax, you can't just show up with $6.99. $16.99, they gonna want the plus tax too. You see what I'm saying? They don't give a damn about none of that. Unless you're trying to do a layaway or something, you're trying to do a layaway. If that's the case, then you put the shit on to the side and give us that money. We take that money till you give us that money, and then we'll goddamn let you get that when we get enough money. Other than that, we need that. So it's like that's why I was saying Dr. King's dream was a nightmare because we lost way, 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 way more than we got. And we was under the impression, for some reason, we was under the impression that just because we wanted to go and live with them and shop with them and go to the school with them, that they wanted us to come too. Some did, some didn't. What I'm saying is, I feel like it shouldn't have been a forced thing. True, it should have been open to the people that wanted to do it. But what I'm saying is, it's like this. You got in Little Rock right now, they done built like a super school. where they put a whole bunch of high schools together. Thing about it is, you got Bloods at this school, you got folks at this school, you got Crips at this school, and then you done brought them all together. And these folks been beefing for years. Their mamas and daddies was beefing, their uncles and aunties was beefing, and now you done made them all come together, and they like they got a strong police presence at school because there's always some shit going down like they didn't see that coming. My thing is, why not build a school, announce what the school is about, what y'all trying to do, and let the people decide, hey, for the people who want to come into this type of environment and this type of school, these are the benefits. It's open. Then the kids that you got going to school are going, one, because they want to be in school. Two, because they feel like it's a better school to be in and they want to go over there and do that. They already know that this school is in this neighborhood. You're not forcing them to go, so they go is because they want to, like I said. Any enemies that show up is there because they want to be in school, not because you making them go. Because they can stay at the school they went to last year with the rest of their gang and their partners and their buddies and where they feel safe at. You ain't got to come over here to the mega school, but it's here if you want it. If you did the same thing in racism, instead of forcing it, open up school the next year and be like, hey, this is the school we're going to integrate. So if we got any black students that want to go to school with white students, this is the school where the white students are going to be at. They want to go to school with the black students. Now, everybody here want to go to school with each other. We shouldn't even have that problem no more. Eliminate the race problem. It ain't never what you do, it's always how you do it. They force that shit on people. And the people you forcing it on didn't want it. Like I said, if you would just let it happen organically, then everybody you would have had participating would have been there for that reason. You just got way more accomplished. Yeah, it probably wouldn't have been a whole school full of people. But I think having 3 classrooms full of everybody that want to learn versus a whole school full of people who ain't learning shit and they keeping everybody else from learning, that's a big ass difference. That's a big ass difference. This is gonna be real. Now, I'm gonna give y'all another outlook on shit. You seen the picture of Jerry Jones when he was there when that shit happened? What's the importance of it, whether he was racist or not? I'm gonna give you the importance of it. Jerry Jones is a motherfucking billionaire. He been a billionaire. So that just goes to show you the state in which the billionaire came from. Even if he's not racist, how many other billionaires came or millionaires came from that? Because he wasn't the only one. I'm gonna give you another one because you know the man won the national championship at Arkansas in the year 1964. Who picked Stewart, go Hawks. There was another dude on their team that won the national championship with him named Jimmy Johnson. Won a few Super Bowls coaching in the NFL. Like this dude is a millionaire. And you might think don't none of that mean shit. Let me sip this drink right here. To you, I say shit like, it don't. Well, what about a dude named Tommy Tuberville? He used to be the head coach of Auburn. Now he like a senator or governor of Auburn or something. But he racist as all get out. And he don't hide it. Like, these are the type of dudes that we have in power. And they've been in power for a long time. They've been around our kids. They've been leading our kids. They've been teaching our kids. They've been grooming our kids for a long time. And back to the grooming shit, like, it's like, I don't give a damn what you thinking, man. They groom these kids for these positions. Like, when I was talking about the CEOs, like I got talking about Dr. Dre, it wasn't about Dr. Dre, it was really about Jermaine Dupri. Like, look at the age Jermaine Dupri was when he got into the game. Dude was in the business as a child. His daddy was a record executive. There's a lot of rappers that's running around and you think they came from the hood. Their parents was executives. Like Shauna from DTP, her daddy was Buddy Holly. The real Buddy Holly. Like, yeah, that one. That's her daddy. I grew up in the house with him. Living good. Houses all over the place, cars all over the yard. You know what I'm saying? Bam. I just showed y'all the pictures of NLE Chopper when he was a child and he kicking it with Rick Ross and shit. doing videos in the studio with Birdman and them. You go to golf, you go to Serena Williams and Venus and them. They've been doing this since they was kids. Tiger Woods since he was a kid. LeBron James since he was a kid. Kobe Bryant, he was not no regular basketball player. Dude was like since a kid. His daddy was in the NBA. Steph Curry daddy was in the NBA. Clay daddy was in the NBA. These dudes you looking at is like awesome, amazing, great. They've been doing this since birth. They were going to do it. Everybody not gonna make it. Everybody can't. They got their picks and choose. These people been chosen before they were born. I'm trying to tell you some real shit. I tell you some real shit, man. When you go to baseball, shit, King Griffith Jr., same shit. You look at the nigga on top of them, tell you same shit. Floyd Mayweather, same shit. It's just the same shit. Nigga was born with a pair of boxing gloves in his hand. Look at his grandson, NBA YoungBoy son. Man, come on now. If you think that dude ain't got the chance to go up and be the world's greatest boxer, he already. You know what I'm saying? Just saying. Everything ain't what it seems, bro. They be building these folks from the ground up. Yeah, but my thing is like, and I was telling my homeboy them about this yesterday. What she say is her oral history is her culture. They told they come from the stars, just like the water. My thing with stuff like that is, I feel like people make up stuff when they don't have an explanation for it. Like, take for example, the Egyptians, way before Jesus and all this shit, they had a god for everything: the sun, the wind, the moon. You know what I'm saying? They worship the dogs. The dog walked up, they had to put their head down, lower than the dog. It was to the disrespect. Um, People just make up explanations for shit. Christmas, Easter, Valentine's Day, Thanksgiving, all holidays that we celebrate faithfully on some made up shit. It's a whole made up story to go along with it. We know it ain't real, but we participate every year. They got Santa so crossed up with Christmas and Christ that you don't even know how to separate the two no more. You will go in church and see Santa Claus, reindeer, and elves in the church on Jesus' birthday. Man, come on now. But y'all, I'm getting a little hungry, a little tired, a little sleepy. I forgot I had started this real late at the midnight. So we're gonna do a couple questions, man. Y'all got some questions. Let me go back and see what I missed. Brett Ray was asking, do I drive 18 wheelers? Yeah, I drive 18 wheelers. That's what happened to my leg. I had a wreck in my 18 wheeler. I drove out the side of the mountain back in June. Hey, dentist appointment tomorrow, y'all. To go get these motherfucking teeth looked at. Fuck these folks, it's time to bounce back. Yeah. And then y'all know little mama had me on the phone today. Don't worry about none of that. Don't worry about your teeth. Don't worry about none of that. You still handsome. You supposed to have been dead. There's plenty of people right now wish they wouldn't have did nothing but had a scar and lost some teeth. Well, shit, you ain't lying. And that's, man, you think I'm letting these teeth worry me? Man, be for real. Now it's time to go to work. It ain't about what's coming up, what's in my mouth, it's about what's coming out. But like I said, man, we're gonna keep trying to sleep this real shit in, man. We're gonna stay on some story time. We're gonna start sticking this real shit in, man. Until the kids get the message, until y'all get the message. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't gotta preach it. Y'all can preach it for yourself. I preach it for me. Cause I just be trying to explain, man. The main thing I be trying to get people to realize is a lot of the shit that we do, man, is stemming from mistakes that we got ourselves into, situations we got ourselves into as kids. Mistakes that we made and decisions we made, choices we made as children. Man, we gotta let that shit go. Like I say, it ain't. I don't know not no nigga in my hood that joined my hood 21 years old and up, which to me means you was a child. You made a childhood decision when you was a child. It's time to get up off of that shit, man. There's more to life than the shit that we've been doing. I mean, I ain't saying it's made up, but what I'm saying is the majority of the stories that people are gonna give you is gonna be made up. Now, me and my beliefs, I believe just in all fairness that we started out just an organism. That's how it is. We can literally watch that shit right now. We can take something and put it in like water or whatever, man, and watch it grow and evolve and turn. We see, we had the proof from the skeletal systems of evolution, the changes, and not just in us, in other animals. It's been witnessed. So my thing is, you can question science, but science usually gonna give your ass an answer. When you question the Bible, you usually gonna run into the answer of don't question God, or you just gotta have faith. Them the two that you gonna run into. Either you don't question God, or you just gotta have faith. Appreciate it. But my thing is, like I tell my mama, one of the reasons why science fails to impress me all the way is because of shit like black magic. Like I tell my mama, you and this voodoo priestess over here can have the same problem. And you can go get your holy water and you can go over there and you can light candles or whatever you want to do. I guess Catholic women do that. Or you can go take the Catholic woman, put her under too, let her light her candle. She can say her Hail Marys. She can do whatever. You can go over there in that corner, you can get on your knees and you can pray and you can do whatever. And then you can send somebody over there, they can get on their knees and they can make salat all day long. And then you take this fourth corner over here and you take this voodoo priest and you let her get that picture and that oil and that hair and start that fire and say this and shake them bones and stand back. Somebody gonna make something happen in that room. And 10 times out of 10, it's the voodoo priest. The Christian that was over there praying prayers not fit to be answered right there in that room. Um, the woman that was over here repenting and talking to Mary, the shit ain't fit to happen right there. It could be praying for a motherfucker to die. A fifth person in the room die. You over here, you making salat and you talking to Allah and you want this person to die, and then they over here and they want the person to die. And now they could be praying they save them. All y'all praying to y'all God, this person saved and they don't die and they have long life and they blessed and they this and that. And I'm not trying to prove nobody religion, but I know I done seen with my own eyes. This person right here can have this person drop dead in the middle of the damn floor. And now the praying these folks doing to all they God ain't gonna stop it. It ain't gonna stop it. Black magic work like that. That shit work. So when I'm looking at it like that, I'm like, I even tell my mom, I'm like, Mom, I'm not with that shit. I don't practice that shit because I know that the negative is like the scales. The negative comes with the positive, and the positive comes with the negative. You don't get one without the other. It's a cause and effects. It's a reaction and a reaction. And that's how that shit work. Right. I don't want to sound crazy neither. I know some people I might sound crazy right now, but I'm just telling you shit that I know for a fact. So like I say, whenever you use that shit, it's gonna come back. You can't use it without you using is using you too, basically. So that shit work though. I done seen people make that shit work and do shit to people and get the shit that they trying to get. And it don't be no week later or a month later. It be 2 minutes later, a day later. You know what I'm saying? Next time you see them, it's going on. Not going down, it's going on already. It's been down already. It's up and it's on. You know, that type of shit, man, that shit be scary. But, like I said, science is the art of shit making sense. You see, that's science. Science is making shit make sense. The cause and the effect, where it came from, how it started, the origin. That's what science do. But, like I said, sometimes the proof is in the pudding. Like the proof is in the pudding. I was on here one time when I was talking to somebody, we were arguing, I was telling about dinosaurs. And I'm like, man, the thing about it is you can't tell me dinosaurs don't exist, dinosaurs still here. And nigga, all the dinosaurs not gone, bro. There are lizards around the world that was here millions of years ago. The same skeletons that you digging up that motherfuckers still walking around called Komodo dragon. They different than the other shit that's walking around here. One, they big as hell. They poison as hell. They the ultimate predator. Bite your ass. It's so poisonous you just walk off and freeze up and die. And then they come with no teeth and just swallowing your ass whole. 300, 400 pounds don't matter. They're going to eventually get you down. Or they're going to just spit you out and rip the shit apart and swallow that. Rip some more shit apart, swallow that. They're going to get you, bro. Come on now. It's a real dinosaur. You ain't never seen no shit like this in your life. It been here the whole time you been here. You ain't never seen no shit like this in your life. Man, this motherfucker eat an alligator. Whole. So just swallow. And you be like, what the fuck? Nigga, that's fucked up. Yeah, it is. But it just is what it is. While we on that, they found another species, you know, they got the caimans, the alligators, all that shit. They found another one that's supposed to be a million years ago. I think Japan, somewhere like that. Recently, I was reading it today. Like another dinosaur. Anyway, like I said, we could get ready to get up off of here. Man, but see, this is what I be trying to tell people. The thing is, anytime you got something, like you say, the colonizers, when you got something, other people get their hands on it and start using it. Like you say, you never use it bad. You're not supposed to. You ain't supposed to. But you got some motherfuckers gonna do it. Whether it be for gain, or whether it be for money, or whether it be for revenge, or whatever. You got people that's gonna do that shit. And either way it go, it works. The way most people know about it is because of the demonizing, the evil. Because most people that ain't affiliated with their religion ain't going over unless they need something bad done. That's just like when you don't speak Spanish or you don't speak French or you don't speak whatever it is as a kid or as a person learning their language, you don't go and say, okay, I'm learning Spanish. Tell me how you say the word love. Tell me how to say I love you. No. The first thing you're going to say is, I'm learning Spanish. How you say fuck. How you say fuck you. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, I mean, I know where we all come from, or to my understanding. I'm never gonna believe that man was formed out of clay, and then you took a rib, you made a woman. So I'm like, why would you have to take the rib from the man? You made the rib, make a woman. Whatever you making her out of the rib for, you could just make that happen without needing a rib out of dude. You see what I'm saying? You got Mary pregnant, you didn't need a rib for that. Come on now. So it's like with every religion, every aspect looking at shit, saying some things gonna make sense, some ain't. We just in a period in the world where we have the capabilities to think on a certain level. You got to remember, we didn't always have the capabilities to think the way we think now. We couldn't think this way 200 years ago, not everybody. If we could, everybody would have had light switches 200 years ago. Everybody would have been driving around in cars 200 years ago because somebody would have been smart enough to make a damn car 200 years ago. Somebody would have been smart enough to make an airplane 500 years ago. You see what I'm saying? It is what it is. Every generation learn more than the past generation. Like, yeah, we got cars today, but it was a point in time where just the motherfucking wheel was the biggest thing in the world. Nigga, a wheel. Not even a perfect wheel. Not even a wheel barrel with an axle. Just something that'll roll. The latest toy in the world. Let's go to the top of here and roll these wheels, bro. Nigga wasn't thinking about putting no stick through the wheel and let's put a basket on there and carry shit real easy. Or let's put a motor on that motherfucker and get us to point A to B real fast and safe. So every generation is gonna learn off of the last generation. And it's sad because it be seeming like we so damn, we do such ignorant ass shit. But at the same time, we still got people in this generation and the one that came after us and the one that's coming after them. It's gonna change this world. That's why I put the real shit out there because somebody gonna hear it. You know what I'm saying? That's why I got rings on my fingers and chains on my neck and shit because somebody gonna look at this shit. And while they looking, I'm gonna start saying some real shit. And it's gonna fuck around and hit them in the ear. Cause like I said, if I got on this motherfucker like Martin Luther King with a suit and a tie, with the glasses on, man, half of y'all wouldn't be on her. Half of y'all wouldn't be on her. If I wasn't in prison, if I wouldn't did some shit fucked up in my life, ended up in a bad situation, half of y'all wouldn't be on here listening to me now. You would never know that I was a real nigga with some real shit to say. If it wasn't for the negative shit that I displayed from the beginning. And that's just being real. And with that being said, gotcha, bitch. Gotcha, bitch. And now you heard some real shit. You can't unhear it. And with that being said, what them white hair? Can't do nothing about it right now. Yeah, them just white hair, bro. I'm glad you would have told me though if I had one. After damn near 3 hours. My nigga like this isn't right. Nah, but we gonna go ease about for everybody for this motherfucker do hit 3 hours. Niggas see some shit on 3 hours, ain't nobody gonna come watch this video. I learned this shit. Motherfuckers see a video about 20, 30 minutes, y'all jump on it. They say an hour, 2 hours, sometimes an hour you'll jump on it. Feel like if you got a truck driver job, you be on the road. But this what you gotta look at. The black man, and this is what was being said. She told me to look it up because the black man that invented the car that made our water, they killed him. Black man invented the automobile, period. You see what I'm saying? Black man invented the vehicle, period. Right here in Arkansas, Pine Bluff. And he took it to a man named Henry T. Ford, who invented the the art of mass production. He started mass producing cars. So when he started mass producing cars, they put his name on the car, the Ford. The T model was the one that he started mass producing first. That was the only one he really had anything to do with it. That was a black man vehicle. They took it from him. Like they do everything else. They let us keep ice cream and stop lights and elevators and shit like that. You know, but they don't give us the credit for building the motherfucking White House. You don't get that credit. Yeah. Anyway, man, wanna let y'all ride, man. Do things the long way, not the wrong way. Keep yourself out of trouble, man. Keep kids out of trouble. Go tell somebody you love them.